Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Personal Picks. We're back with some more Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice.
Oh, time to usurp the second queen today. We've not only dealt a crippling hand to one queen, we're now doing it to the second queen.
Well done, lawyer. You have painted me as a killer with nothing but your silver tongue. However, you have no evidence proving your distasteful theory. Furthermore, Dirk could have committed the crime while being channeled by Miss Fey. Now, let us end this charade.
You're
For
not
the
a Disney
eternal
princess,
glory
get the frick out.
For Ryan and its people.
I don't care that you have Raja and Bambi by your side.
This is the first time I get to enjoy a chocolate chip muffin since diagnosis.
Woo. Do you understand now, you putrid pepper? There is no point in defending Dirk any longer. It has all been in vain.
Let it go and move on, right? Well, not today!
Your theories are but a pillar of salt that crumbles in the slightest breeze.
The sea is salt, the floor is salt, the cave is
But
salt.
no more. This ends here and now.
The defense may proceed with its cross-examination. There's one thing we could press on. And it's like a blatant, it's one of those blatant statements. Lawyer, however, you have no evidence proving your distasteful theory.
Hold it! I admit, I don't have any solid evidence yet. But you're the only one who could have committed the crime.
What on earth do you mean?
Including Miss Fey, there are only 3 spirit mediums in Karine. Furthermore, when the crime scene was first discovered, Queen Garin was with me and Mr. Wright, while Miss Fey was tied up in the tomb. That means that the Dirk we saw after the minister's murder could only have been channeled by you, Queen Amara.
Insolent lawyer!
Forgive us, your mercifulness. Really, your majesty?
Objection. But have you considered the following defense? What if there was, unbeknownst to us, another spirit medium in Karine? Objection!
Prove it. Oh, come on! What are the chances?
You lack the evidence to support your claim that Queen Amara is the killer, which is why you have had to use the process of elimination to zero in on her. It therefore stands to reason that you would have to rule out all other possibilities as well. Well, can you eliminate the possibility of another spirit medium defense?
Of course I can't.
Under the circumstances, Apollo, there are 2 ways to establish Amara's guilt. We either prove she killed Inga, or prove she was in the tomb.
Which one can I actually prove?
Hold on. I'm remembering something that was found in the tomb.
The pendant.
Yeah, you're talking about the pink butterfly one?
Yeah.
Yep, that could do it.
Prove she was in the tomb.
Yes.
I can prove that Queen Amara was in the tomb when the murder occurred.
It seems you are ever bent on painting me as the killer.
Well, if the shoe fits.
Very well, let us see some evidence that proves that I was at the scene of the crime. You do have some, do you not?
Of course. There's nothing to prove I was even at the scene of the crime. Objection!
Queen Amara, does this pendant look familiar to you?
Why, that is...
We found it in the tomb, and it has the minister's blood on it. which means it was probably dropped in the course of the crime.
Objection.
And I fail to see how it is relevant to your argument. Did that not belong to the accused?
That's what I thought too. After all, Dirk had said it himself.
Said it did himself.
It didn't
Said
himself.
that?
Yes, but it was a lie. Because I believe he was covering for somebody.
Covering? How? For who?
There's a certain piece of evidence that shows the pendant isn't Dirk's. I know he was holding a blue one. But I don't remember...
It was something that was added recently.
That's it. There it is.
Yeah.
Take that.
That's the photo of the accused's body, is it not?
Yes, it is. And I'd like to call your attention to a certain spot in it. This right here proves that the pendant that was found in the tomb wasn't Dirk's.
Gee, I wonder what.
Take that.
You'll notice an object near Dirk's left arm. It's an identical pendant, except it's blue.
Oh, now that you mention it. Also, it's reversed, too.
Yeah. Don't you find that a little strange? Why would he own two of them, but in different colors? Here's what I think. The pendants were meant to go together as a pair.
A pair?
The blue pendant was Dirk's. If the blue pendant was Dirk's, then what about this pink one with Minister Inga's blood on it? Who do you suppose it belongs to?
Objection.
Have it.
Sorry to disappoint, but... No fingerprints were found on the pink pendant.
Cool.
Therefore, we have no way of knowing to whom it belongs.
Objection.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sadmati. I'm guessing you didn't know that this pendant is actually a locket.
Come again?
Now, this is where it gets interesting. When we open this locket up,
Oh yeah, it did have a fingerprint on it, didn't it?
we found a faint fingerprint inside, on the back of the lid to be exact.
What? No!
So now, the question is, to whom does the fingerprint belong?
Zoinks.
Queen Amara! It belongs to you, doesn't it?
Oh. Mm.
It seems I've truly rendered the witness speechless this time around.
This cannot be! Mother, tell me it does not belong to you!
She's sweating. Nayuda,
Think about it, Queen Amara. Dirk must have realized that you were channeling his spirit. And he had probably already figured out who the minister's killer was. And yet, he still claimed that the pink pendant belonged to him.
But why would he do such a thing?
You really don't know. He was protecting you. Because he loved you. He loved you until his very last breath, and beyond.
I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did.
Dirk knew everything, even that he was being used. But he kept quiet, all for your sake.
Dirk, why do you always...
Well, Queen Amara? Dirk, the one whose love for you never wavered all these years. Are you gonna betray him now?
Come on, sweetheart. Would you betray this long, glorious black hair?
Oh, get the fuck out of my face.
Dirk, Ah!
Oh, rapturous joy!
This cannot be. I refuse to accept it.
Queen Amara, are you ready to confess your crime?
I can deny it no longer. The truth is, it was I, Amara Sigadar Karain, who slew Minister Inga.
That's preposterous! Why?
Combo!
And he's back up instantaneously.
Turtle fit.
This is beyond belief. Mother, why would you...
Mother. Forgive me, Nayuda. I never wished to cause you such sorrow. But I had no choice. It was the only way.
The only way?
For the greater good.
So in the end, Queen Amara and Dirk Sadmati. I suppose this means that they were unable to reconcile while he was still alive.
I don't think the state of the kingdom or the incidents of the past would have allowed that.
They were prisoners of their shared history, so to speak.
Queen Amara, there's something I need to know. You had staged a near-perfect crime. So why did you bring this pendant into the tomb with you? You should have known it would have come back to haunt you.
I do not really understand it myself. I had nearly been assassinated by my own husband, yet I could not bear any hatred toward him. I was unable to discard this or part with it for even a short time. As with Dirk, I have never stopped loving my husband for the past 23 years.
Mother.
So she really believes it? That Dirk tried to assassinate her?
Your Majesty, is it not time? Time to declare Dirk innocent? I would ask that you do this for my beloved, who now dwells in the Twilight Realm.
Very well then. Your Eminence, Prosecutor Sedmati, if you have no further objections...
Oh, I'm calling it now. She has got a further objection because, yeah. He's been exonerated for this one, but not the past one.
Yeah, it's true.
We haven't resolved that issue.
Yeah. This cannot be. My mother?
I have no objections.
Dirk, I did it. I finally did it. I proved your innocence.
I did it! I won!
But let me guess, the objection's going to come from Apollo.
Very well then. Being that Queen Amara yet lives, we can no longer charge the accused with the assassination that never came to fruition. As for the murder of Minister Inga, the truth has been laid bare for all to see. Therefore, I will now pass judgment upon the accused, Mr. Dirk Sadmati. Hold it!
Oh, okay. Your benevolence? I cannot accept this.
Is something the matter, Your Benevolence?
Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father.
What's with her all of a sudden? Is this some sort of lingering affection towards Nana?
Marifa.
Speak the truth, Queen Amara. Did you really kill my father?
Yes, there is no mistake.
She has confessed to the crime, thereby clearing the accused of all suspicion. As such, I see no need to continue these proceedings.
Bobhead, Hornhead, are you going to let this stand?
Dirk's been proven innocent, and he's about to be declared not guilty. Even so, something doesn't feel right.
Apollo, if you have any doubts, now's the time to raise them. After all, the courtroom is the place for finding the whole truth. But it's all up to you.
There are definitely things that don't quite add up. Does this mean that the whole truth hasn't been brought to light yet? Should I push to continue this trial? Gee, if the game's telling me I should continue this trial, I'm gonna end it right here. Your Majesty, I have a feeling we haven't discovered the whole truth. And the only way we'll ever find it is to continue this trial.
Hornhead,
Very well, then. Will the defense please tell us this? What important fact about this case has yet to come to light?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I would think it would be the motive.
She doesn't really have a reason to kill him. Queen Amara, there's something I still don't understand. What was your motive for killing Justice Minister Inga?
That is a fair question, and one that I shall now answer. It was for the future of this kingdom that I slew Inga Karhu Karain. To avert further tragedy, his death was an unfortunate necessity.
Further tragedy?
Over the past several years, Minister Inga had been rapidly expanding his power. He had established the secret police and was relentless in his pursuit of the insurgents. He even had the overwhelming support of people, but still he was not satisfied. Hungry for more power, he began planning a coup d'etat.
You mean his plot involving the Founders' War, which led to Maya Faye's abduction?
Yes, Minister Inga planned to use the orb to gain access to great spiritual power.
Why do I have a feeling that he honestly didn't mean to do it for himself?
After which, he would assassinate Garan and usurp the throne. His machinations were reminiscent of that terrible tragedy of 23 years ago.
Gee, that sounds familiar. It's almost like maybe he's the one who's involved in the last one too, but I don't think directly.
And as one affected by that incident, Amara vowed to never allow a repeat of such events. Yes, and the Holy Mother delivered unto me the perfect opportunity to fulfill my vow. Purity amid the courtyard was rather light due to the rite of channeling. Inga had barricaded himself in the tomb with his hostage away from prying eyes. I knew I would never again have such a perfect opportunity, so... At 2 p.m., during the rite of channeling, I slipped into the tomb and slew the minister.
Oh, okay. My bracelet?
Apollo.
Yup. Seems this trial is far from over. Queen Amara, I believe you're still hiding something. Oh no, he's got magics.
What are you talking? I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about.
But if you want to keep on playing this game of hide and seek, then let's start with the last statement you made.
If I must.
I am not moving this. I see that.
Make sure it's directly on her middle finger.
Gotcha!
I knew it was going to be somewhere around that. Queen Amara, you're not very comfortable talking about the 2 o'clock rite of channeling, are you? I could tell because a finger on your left hand twitched almost imperceptibly when you did.
Oh?
And that pose you make. Is there something about your chest that makes you nervous?
Whatever do you mean?
The murder occurred at 2 p.m. And I'm pretty positive Amara was in the tomb at that time. So then why is she so self-conscious about her chest when she talks about the Wright?
The Wright of channeling? Didn't Albie snap a picture of it?
Queen Amara, I have here a picture of the Wright of channeling. It was secretly taken by a certain individual.
Objection!
Such insolence. I would have the perpetrator's name at once.
Sorry, no can do. You see, I just happened to find it on the ground, so...
Do you take me for a fool?
How about we discuss the photo's origin a little later? Because right now, there's something much more pressing at hand. I believe this photo merits further examination. I just wish there was more to see in it than darkness and more darkness.
We might be able to make out a few more details with some image adjustments. Let's ask Emma if she can help. Bailiff, please summon Detective Sky to the Hall of Justice.
Here you are. I was able to obtain a much clearer image by raising the brightness.
I see.
Oh, is that like a birthmark or like a burn mark? She wasn't a fire after all.
That's not the only thing I'm noticing. This isn't the current queen.
What makes you think that?
Because the marks on her cheeks are not red. They're more skin-colored like Queen Amara's are.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't read that.
I did it by accident.
That's why.
What's that right there? An
injury? No, wait. I think it's a burn scar.
Yeah. When it was dark, I couldn't tell the difference between her markings and her sister's, but now I can.
There's also the fact that maybe her markings, when she became her prosecutor form, maybe they made her... They did cover her for a split second. Maybe she made them more red to...
No, they were more red in her other outfits as well when you're talking to her.
Were they?
Yeah. Wait a second.
You're...
Roll up the rib. Your evidence? You don't have a burn scar like that on your chest.
I am looking respectfully, Your Eminence.
Yeah, no, hers are still darker.
And also, she did brighten the image, so maybe the brightening of the image, the contrast might have made them a little bit lighter.
Yeah, but still, her sisters are lighter by comparison. What's going on here? If the person in this photo isn't Queen Garin, then who is it? Oh, gee, I wonder. They're identical twins, so, I'm gonna use this one again just for funsies.
Do you want to lose the point? Do you really want to lose the point?
I'm gonna know the waste.
That would be funny.
Take that!
Oh, it does still allow it. Because they are technically the same person.
Yep. Queen Amara, the person in this photo isn't Queen Garin. It's you posing as her, isn't it? Okay, no, they are just as dark. Huh. Oh well. The two of you look quite similar, but that's no surprise considering you're sisters. Even the shape and position of your facial tattoos are almost exactly the same. Oh, I see the difference now.
It's the like
Queen Garin's are shorter, while Queen Amara's are a little longer.
Yeah, a little longer.
But the layman wouldn't be able to notice the difference.
No.
Yeah.
And you're both capable of channeling. I'm kind of gonna. Actually, no. They would have to have both been able to, even if the roles were switched, they both channeled at the same time, at the same general time period. And you're both capable of channeling spirits. Therefore, it would have been easy for you to impersonate Queen Garin. Queen Amara, you have a burn scar on your chest, don't you? Please remove your round mandala so we can see what's behind it for ourselves. Oh no. Oh no, final boss mode! Oh. Look!
There it is.
It's the exact same burn scar as the one in the photo.
I am also looking respectful. I don't understand.
Eyes up here, Minister.
Oh, sorry.
I knew it.
So the person in this photo really is?
Yes, it's Queen Amara.
This is absurd. Are you suggesting they switched places? Amara's confession earlier was also false. Mother, what is the meaning of this?
Don't you see? This changes everything. We know for a fact that this photo was taken at 2 p.m. The exact time the murder took place.
But that would mean Queen Amara couldn't possibly have committed this crime.
Exactly. She now has an ironclad alibi.
But someone who had an ironclad alibi doesn't anymore.
So Minister Inga's killer couldn't have been Queen Amara.
I'm afraid I no longer follow defense. Was it not Queen Amara who channeled the minister and the accused to stage the crime?
Yes, the fact that fact has not changed. We have evidence placing her at the scene of the crime. That's Josh. He's early. And Dirk couldn't have been could have only been there in the tomb if she were channeling him. Which means, while Queen Amara did use spirit channeling to stage the crime, she didn't kill Minister Inga. His real killer's someone else.
Whoa, Kunka! What's going on here?
Was there mercifulness covering her?
Covering for someone.
For someone, yeah.
If Queen Amara was not the killer, then who is it?
Isn't it obvious? Why was this rite held in the first place if Queen Garin wasn't going to perform it? Who is behind the two sisters switching places and for what reason? You're here early.
Yeah, because I kind of want to see them.
You want to see the ending of this?
I want to see the bitch be deposed.
I mean...
I want to see both of them get what's coming to them. I'm sorry. This is all their fault that this misery started in the first place. They both need to go down hard.
The answers to these questions, along with the establishment of Queen Amara's alibi, obliterate a certain someone else's alibi.
Gee, I wonder.
Take that!
Why, that's... Is this some kind of a joke?
No, Your Majesty, I could never joke about something so great.
About. No.
Children. Psst. We are speaking. The only one who could have seemed to have the only one who seemed to have a perfect alibi at the time of the murder was Her Eminence, Garin Sigatar Karine. Queen Amara, didn't your sister Queen Garin ask you to pose as her? And perform the rite of channeling? And didn't she also have you drive Dirk's spirit from his face body? And then stage the crime to make it look like he was the minister's killer? And at 2 p.m., while you were performing the rite of channeling as Queen Garin, didn't she kill Minister Inga while disguised as Dirk? Well, Your Mercifulness? It's no use trying to hide it any longer. You need to tell us the truth now.
Mother?
Mother.
Mother, I crave violence.
That burn scar is new.
It's because we just revealed it.
Justice Minister Inga's true killer is...
His daughter. I'm sorry?
Mother? No! I really didn't! Your evidence! My life is yours!
Isn't he one of Garen's royal guards?
Queen Amara! Bindle, arrest that guardsman!
Mother. Garen couldn't have... Could she?
Long live the Queen. Someone call in for an ambulance, quickly now! Oh. Okay, now. To be continued. So I called it.
No, we haven't confirmed anything yet.
Alright, day 3. Or part 3.
Hopefully it's shorter than the other ones.
You underestimate turnabout revolutions.
We're lucky the ambulance made it in time. But we've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out.
I can't believe what just happened.
Tell me about it. Do you think Garen put that guard up to it?
If she did, she's gonna regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch.
Poor Queen Amara.
Your benevolence? Any news on her condition?
She is undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They're giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though.
That Garen! Justice will be served!
Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara.
What was that about being reunited?
No, it's nothing.
Right.
How are you, Hornhead? Dirk Satmati was your father in all but blood, after all.
Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm going to stay focused on.
Hornhead, you are sturdier than your stature lets on.
Just don't overdo it, okay, Vala?
Dirk, that was a real shocker, alright. Can't believe the dragon is dead.
That's...
Say, AJ, I was wondering, when Dirk disappeared after I freed him, that's because Amara turned back to herself, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't know if it was because of Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was a part of Garen or Amara's plan.
Man, our dream of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it?
Don't give up yet. There's still a very good chance that Garen is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court...
Hey, you're right. That could be just the push we need. The dream lives on.
Yes, it does.
You know what that means, AJ? The fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders.
Holiday day's work. Ah, who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure! But this is what Dirk gave his life for, so I have to do this for him.
The Honorable Rebel Dirk Sadmati. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived.
Really?
Why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man.
Did she bump her head or something earlier?
Can I point out that of the two, she looks suspiciously like Dirk?
I already called it a while in advance.
Oh, I figured.
Because if she had a child in her arms, and it wasn't
Nayuda.
Who's the only other child here that would about fit that age bracket?
I'm gonna also point out the fact that they're talking as if they can't just channel him again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bruh, you can still talk to him. Just have your aunt channel him when she gets better. Just saying. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Well, you know, you can always ask Miss Faye to come back and...
That too. That too.
The trial is about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once.
Already? After what just happened?
The first thing Garan will do is respond to that last accusation. So you'd better stay on your toes, Apollo.
I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Garan, here comes justice.
All right. So
The
are you,
flames and justice.
so are you ready for the last cross-examination and one other thing?
The last hurrah.
Yeah. We're getting close to the end.
Now then, let us resume today's proceedings.
Huh? Where's Nayuda?
I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing.
What? He wasn't acting under your orders?
Dare you cast such suspicions upon her eminence?
It is quite alright, your majesty. The suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans.
I don't believe that for a second.
Now then, your majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility.
A new possibility, you say?
Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me.
What?
Bailiff, call the witness to the stand.
I swear it.
It's Nayuda.
If you drag either Nayuda or Albie to the stand, I am going to lynch you.
Well,
It's Nayuda.
the real killer confessed? What's she got up her sleeve this time?
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Well, considering that Nayuda is no longer on the stand with her, it has to be him.
Yeah, well, those are his boots, so yeah.
You know other people can wear these boots, right?
Not as fashionably as you, baby.
Oh. he just turns around and he's just blushing.
Oh, even Phoenix is like shit.
Yeah, I'd like you to prove that you channeled, to be able to pull that off, buddy. He's the one who confessed?
Prosecutor Saimari, you're the real killer?
I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amara had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me.
Nayuda, you didn't really do it, did you?
Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister.
I don't believe it.
She has like 15 separate fault guys for her.
Pretty much, yeah.
Peace! Prosecutor Saimari, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed.
Yes, I am certain. For I killed him with my own hand.
Alas, the real killer has been revealed.
How are we supposed to respond to this?
Nayuda, retract your confession now!
Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination.
Who cares about that? Admit it! It was Queen Garin who put you up to this! She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she?
You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint.
But...
Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder?
What do you think you're doing, you idiot?
Or
Truly,
should to work.
Truly, the truth can set us free.
Looks like Garin got to him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming.
Nayuda, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do Garin's bidding?
Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Sadmati, your testimony, please.
Yuta's confession.
I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister King. He had to die for the future of Karain. I considered it divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I am ashamed I let her go so far for my sake. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, here's the thing. Now you have to prove that you can channel before
Also,
I can.
there's also the fact that now he's suddenly claiming that his mother was covering for him when he looked just as surprised when she admitted it.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
You do understand what you're doing, right, Nayuta? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty.
If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else.
The law, Nayuta? Or the queen?
Enough. This blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony.
Actually, it does, but...
Please address any issues you may have during your cross-examination defense.
Oh, I will! I'm gonna blow this problematic testimony to smithereens!
Oh no.
So you know how I pointed out that last statement? And it's like, oh, now suddenly you're claiming that your mother was covering for you? Fascinating.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga and Queen Amara staged the crime? Enough! I don't care where it lies right now, just leave it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Is that how it went?
Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all of the guilt upon herself.
Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in this testimony, but how? Nayuta, could it be that you didn't know Naina's real identity, told Amara what to do?
I don't think he knew that either. He didn't know Naina was Amara.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
He didn't know that.
So, the first one.
Yeah, but it's like, he told his mother what to do? That doesn't sound right either.
You didn't realize that Naina was actually Queen Amara on your own mother?
That is not as strange as you might think. Much time had passed since we last met after.
Right. 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt?
No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother.
Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that?
I remember it clearly. It was around 10 years. I was around 10 years old at the time.
Nayuta, please add that last statement to your testimony.
I was reunited with my mother, Queen Amara, 15 years ago when Dirk abducted her. Uh-huh. So that picture of the baby is you, then? 10 years ago? At 10 years old?
Objection!
Come on, man.
You're saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago.
That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago.
Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken about 23 years ago.
He said that?
He did, but if we take what you just said as a fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense.
This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make any sense if the photo was only 15 years old?
Baby.
The baby.
Take that!
Nayuta, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. There's Faye in the chat.
Hello.
Dirk said that the baby in this photo was you. But that doesn't make any sense if the photo's only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? He's definitely sweating bullets over there over something.
Apollo, if this baby isn't Nayuta,
Wait, you don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run?
what?
And just what if that child were being held hostage? Nayuta, is that why you obey Queen Garen's every command?
You presume too much.
Ah, so that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well. To protect this other child.
A child born 15 years... They would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now.
This is just a guess. But I believe I know someone who fits the bill.
Gee, it's the only person we know of who's around 15 years old.
Yeah, so this also explains... I missed that. That was me. My fault. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago.
14.
Missed it. Who is the small sassy child?
Well, now we know.
All of those strange statements she kept making, now they all make sense. Gee, it's almost like I called this, like, way in the back.
Yeah, basically, once the picture was revealed, I was like, that's not Nayuta, is it?
Yeah.
Prosecutor Satmari, may I ask you something?
Of course, Your Benevolence.
I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me?
From where did you hear such a thing?
From the mother. And only yesterday.
Wright was carrying on about telling the truth to the people. So I told her. I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child.
Yeah, the right one. You're not her.
I see.
You're being addressed? Zaka,
What?
you're being addressed by chat.
Okay, I can't see.
Faye. Going, hey, Zeka.
I cannot accept this.
Good girl.
Is something the matter, Your Benevolence?
Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. Why? Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara.
Now I see, Nayuta, why you do what you're told. The other child born to Dirk and Queen Amara was...
Hold it. Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you are about to say. But I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child of terrible sinners.
I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect.
Ugh.
I think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor, the reason why you fear for your siblings' reputation. A second. Yes.
No.
Oh, hold on.
Okay. Next page.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Next page. The idea of the sins of the father are visited upon his children.
Yeah.
That's it.
so good as I got.
Que ça te fait?
Take that!
And that is.
The file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of particular note right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family.
Quick question: how does that work if it turns out all of this was contrived by someone else?
Then the thing is lifted. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either, if she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter.
At this point, she would still get, because Dirk is still technically labeled a terrorist. She would have the same problem. She would have been cast out alongside him.
Yeah, like even if he's not a killer now, even if he's not a, let me finish. Even if he's not considered a killer now, he's still a rebel.
Yeah, it's true. He is still.
Yeah, but then Garen has the legitimate problem of she now has to crusade with legitimate heir.
Yeah, we'll see.
She's definitely not someone
You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garen, but at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you.
Nayuta, have you been keeping the secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me?
You are an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over one such as I.
No, I cannot accept that. What you say is, it's malarkey.
He learned something from Apollo!
So, don't you even care what happens to you?
Well, I mean, Apollo is technically their brother, too. Before country, queen, law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resigned myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change.
Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot.
Lolly Lulelo?
No, not that patriot.
She can, at this point, she'd screw up and die.
I shall continue to rule Khura'in until the day Rafa succeeds me. For that is what is best for our kingdom.
I know your efforts.
Yours is no small sacrifice, but I promise you this, in exchange for your life. The child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper.
That is all I can ask for with my meager existence.
Nayuta, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future? No! The Nayuta I knew would never let himself be turned into this.
Now, your majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
Oh no, he's yelling again. Mr. Wright, do something about him.
You can say you're simply accepting your fate. You can say you're simply accepting your fate, Nayuta. But I know that deep down there is still hope in your heart.
Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me.
It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And it's what binds you, me, and Dirk together as a family. I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet.
Whoops. You went a little too far.
I did. I must have pressed up or something. I don't know.
The photo.
No, actually.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure it's this.
No,
Yeah?
it's Dirk's attorney's badge.
Frickin' Dragon never
No,
yields.
you'd have never confiscated it.
Remember when he was confiscated all of his father's belongings? He let him keep the badge.
Take that!
His...
When you interrogated Dirk... Grab this for a second. You confiscated all his possessions as potential evidence. All except this.
Did he take your attorney's badge too?
No. I thought it was strange, but just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind.
Tell me, Nayuta, why didn't you take this badge?
His badge.
Either way,
Close enough.
You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us.
Hey, Dirk. Why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right?
This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream, not until my very last breath.
Dragon never yields, right?
Exactly. Nayuta, Apollo, I vow to restore Karine's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny.
What the fuck was that?
The dialogue actually
No.
got weird.
That sounded like, frigging Patrick.
This is Patrick!
You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you will never will, because you still believe that all of the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you? Calling it now. That hand that he constantly clutches and keeps covered and constantly bejeweled as if sealing it away.
You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. Keep it to yourself. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me.
Save you?
Yes, save me. Like he did on that day.
Somebody save me.
What's the second?
Nayuta! Apollo! Hold on, I'm coming! Alley-oop! What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Nayuta, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me, understand?
He can't save you if you don't ask for help.
Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father.
Yuta, I knew you.
However, it was but a dream. And now that dream has died. Murdered along with Dirk. So now, as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please, try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way.
What?
no, you're back.
Such insolence!
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? The immutability of his duty?
No, you.
It is time to accept defeat.
Ah!
Now, watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will.
Calling it now.
Yes, Your Eminence.
I'm calling it now.
Objection!
The little sister is going to channel the daddy.
Wait a second.
Wait a second. What do I do?
Does the defense wish to raise an objection?
There's got to be some way to save Nayuta.
Apollo, it all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal.
So if we once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara,
Right. Nayuta and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as criminals.
but I thought there wasn't any evidence left. Because it was all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new.
Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades upon.
Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah.
And this was the one thing this gave him, because they knew the name, they didn't know the face though.
This is gonna be tough for Apollo. He must have secretly planted something to topple Garn with somewhere.
Take another look at the evidence. Already did. You just might find he needs to break out of the situation within there. Already
Nothing
did it.
at all. Stupid, sexy Edgeworth.
Stupid, sexy evidence.
You got it.
If the
Why are
defense is
people
done
tagging
stalling
me
for
while
time-
streaming?
If the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict.
They said something new in chat.
No, wait. Yeah, I just read it.
Um,
Nothing at all. Stupid, sexy Edgeworth. About the assassination attempt 23 years ago, the defense has some new information it would like to share.
You do? Well, we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial.
Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here?
Very well then. What is the source of your new information about this case from 23 years ago?
A photo.
A photograph?
Look at this photograph. Yes, do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago?
How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in a blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes.
Well, about that, the truth is, he was my biological father.
Oh?
what?
Why, of course. With his photo and her benevolence.
Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Karai, we can witness the final memories of the dead.
What other nonsense?
Want to turn back?
There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze.
That's what you think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us.
He did?
Yep, and boy, is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it, we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court. And save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold an divination seance for this new victim.
Objection!
What a waste of time. The evidence of 23 years past have already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
What you so afraid of, Gar?
But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we?
As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open. And I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance.
Why you?
Your benevolence.
Lol.
Hello.
If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right?
Of course. Leave it to me.
No, Wright's to your
Thank
left.
you.
Already hard.
Boop it effect.
Yeah.
My father's full name is...
Weren't they both musicians?
Joe Justice. No. His mother was a magician.
No. His mother's a singer.
Singer. Sorry. Alright.
Well, I'm your wall, but
Yeah, but it's a singer.
no, I mean, true
No.
No,
Or no, I think Gamora.
they don't have the same parents.
They have the same mother, not the same father.
Joe Justice.
All right.
Wait, couldn't they also channel his spirit, technically?
Yes, but this also is what we need to know. No, Your Benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready. You can just skip this. It's all the same thing every single time. Just
You
mash B.
can.
Mash B.
Oh, holy owl death, so that we
Oh,
may...
holy one!
Skip.
I love dialogue in games when they do that, when they actually have voice lines as you skip the lines.
Speaking of, you will not be doing that anymore because you've been doing that on Final Fantasy VII.
For the unimportant stuff only.
No, you did it on the main stuff too.
Pay
I noticed
attention.
when I was editing. He was killed before the fire took him. I don't really see a problem with that.
The lighter got thrown out.
The only thing I saw was somebody else's hand in the reflection of the dish.
The spirit of the victim who has granted us a window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success.
So those were my father's final moments.
But I do.
That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo.
I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead?
Sure. The lighter.
Shush.
We'll
get to it.
We'll get to it. But
Yes,
I
please
think
proceed.
You have the right idea.
It was thrown after it fell.
I get it.
No, okay, stop.
You're distracting me, though.
Stop.
Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts that as gleaned from the seance vision.
I'm not actually mad. I want to focus on this, please.
Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter around the scene, found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments.
My father's final memories. They're right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago?
If you don't, you lose. So... Okay, so let's watch it again.
Oh.
I see it. I saw the problem.
It's a gloved hand.
Yeah, didn't she say that Dirk's fingerprints were on the lighter?
Yeah.
Not just that, there's a mark on the wrist.
Yeah.
Thank you, Faye Raven.
Thanks.
It's gloved.
Wait for the lighter to be thrown completely so that you can see the hand. Now, pause. Now do it.
Objection!
Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter that was found at the scene of the crime scene. However, the hand holding the lighter in the seance vision appears to be gloved.
Ah, I believe you were right. What could this mean?
It calls into question whether the hand in the vision really was Dirk's. If only we could make out the details a little better.
Very well. I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw.
I'll do what you do and look at it better.
Perhaps that will help refine the seance vision.
I do love the change in her maturity. She goes from being so sure of herself to being,
To accepting criticism.
Gee, that sleeve looks familiar.
Does not seem that there was a glove on that hand.
It does seem.
It does seem. Sorry. Still, what significance could that have?
It means that Dirk's fingerprints got on the lighter at some other time. Someone could have even put them there after the fire.
Objection!
All you have is pure speculation, while the fact remains that they are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dirk was the one who used the lighter.
Objection!
is it just me or is her hair becoming more active?
It just means no, they've always
It's
done
just,
like that.
it's just floaty.
It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information in my father's final memories.
Either way, it seems that I must revise my insights.
If someone had put prints on the lighter after the fact, and we know not to whom it belongs. Yes, we do.
That's the statement we look at, then, clearly.
Okay, she's updated her insights. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found.
Inconsistencies? Yeah. Right, so you know exactly what to point out.
Yeah. Excellent.
In fact, you can head to that statement now. You can pause it. Actually, no, wait. Go, you can actually, when you're watching it, you can fast forward. So press B. Now press press A.
Hey,
There you go. Pause. Objection. Yeah, there you go.
So I have to wonder though, was he shot or stabbed? Because that kind of...
Yeah, no, that definitely wasn't him getting knocked out, it doesn't seem. Because, I mean, it looked like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Maybe he got knocked.
Lethal pain.
Maybe he did get knocked out, and it was the fumes from the fire that got him when he was out cold.
Wait, then this means that the real killer, the real culprit is... The figure in this vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around their wrist gives their true identity away.
Ah! That design! It can't be!
This will prove just whose hand was captured in the seance vision. Do I have to actually use evidence?
Yes, you have to point out, like, well, who was the first dead body?
Inga.
Oh, okay, I have to use the photo.
Yeah.
It shows his cuff right there.
That photo, so you do believe the culprit to be...
Justice Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them.
You're referring to the cuffs of justice, correct?
Yes, I hear they're a traditional part of Karaini's Justice Minister's attire.
What does this tell us?
It tells us
Correct.
It tells us that the figure in this vision is none other than Karain's late Minister of Justice. Inga Karkul Karain, but he wasn't a Minister of Justice back then, was he?
Let's find out.
No. Not my father!
So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one? Justice Minister Inga? So then Dirk's innocent of both charges? Fine dragons, they were right all along? Hold it!
Nayuda?
What you proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Karkul Karain was not the Minister of Justice.
What?
The Justice Minister 23 years ago was...
Guess who?
Daddy-o.
You, Queen
No.
Karen!
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, bitch.
Surprise.
What?
Oh, right. She served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. I guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one.
Jeez. So then, the figure in this vision is actually...
Your Eminence, it's you, isn't it? This is madness! Why would Her Eminence do such a thing? Because she would ascend to the throne.
She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara? That's why she tried to assassinate her?
Wait, isn't she the older sister? Wouldn't she have the throne by default? In that sense?
Power levels.
Oh.
I find this all very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart?
And was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question!
You can't.
Insolence!
Yeah.
Peasants. Always carrying on about things of no import.
You do not deny it then. You concealed the truth and used me for your own designs?
Oh, Nayuda, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk was cleared of all charges, it shall still be I who decides Rafa's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the tribe lives only by my good graces.
Your point person within fireball distance.
Now, kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head.
Unseal
Your
it.
Eminence,
Unseal it.
I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. But you have been deceiving me all the while.
Nayuda?
Nayuda, you dare defy me?
Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. Retract, you say?
Dirk, the final piece of evidence you left behind, has released Nayuda from his suffering. And now he's finally free. Do it.
Shush.
In all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I had believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wait for my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our Father's creed.
A dragon never yields.
I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garan? I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution! Viva la revolution!
So she's literally trying to excuse herself now.
Insolent fool.
No, she's just hiding.
Not even you, now even you prattle on about revolution.
Yeah,
Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, it seems we're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us.
Yeah.
Do you know what Gar I was just hearing in the back of her head?
Qua.
On a scale from 1 to 10, my friend, you're fucked.
Now, if we could just prove Garen's guilt, we could continue on down that road towards the revolution Dirk dreamed of.
That was a nice line read from Matt Mercer, by the way. Your Eminence, you have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense?
I'm just gonna make up loud as I go.
Not so fast, Your Majesty. but the cuffs could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything.
Why, I believe you're right. But we know she's guilty.
Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have me refute?
Unfortunately, this photo is the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Sadmati has retracted his confession, we'll have to re-deliberate the current case from scratch. Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. Queen Garen. The defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul Karine. What?
She read that.
I did read that.
But do you have any evidence, defense?
Evidence that will prove Garen was the killer?
There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice.
There is? Yeah. Didn't channel your dad. That's gonna be awkward.
Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise?
I think he's done. Hey, you're right! A lot of blood would have spattered onto the killer, so the blood-soaked clothes would have had to be been dealt with somehow. If they're still around somewhere, then...
Objection!
I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of most anywhere. I doubt you could find them now.
Objection!
Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence.
Yes?
On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw Queen Garen, did you not?
Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from...
Why do you still call her that?
But I was not told... but I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder.
Rafa, you would not dare.
When the queen headed into the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession?
No. No, she did not.
So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard.
Objection!
The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, prosecutor?
Yes, I admit no clothes was found.
Oh, no covered hand.
Nope. Yeah, you just reveal it.
Did you just, like, check in just now?
I think, yeah, I was scratching his
He
head.
had a scene where he threw the hand card off and set a dragon member.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were watching.
I thought you read that.
No, I didn't. So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed.
No, we chased a phantom last game.
This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that.
If Garen wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found.
Between her boobs! I mean, what?
I mean, yes,
She's
but
not that voluptuous.
no. She's not Lucoa.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Where they'd never be found, huh? I believe Dirk's clothes were hidden here.
It has to be the tomb or Rafa's quarters.
I would say the two.
Yeah,
Because Rafa said that her mother wasn't wearing the clothes when she came out. She's
Oh,
watching
okay, yeah,
from
no,
the
that makes sense, yeah.
Take that!
The two? You believe the clothing was hidden there?
Yes, it's the only place it can be.
Very well. Where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden? Well, what about the one place people wouldn't look?
Really, there too?
Mm-hmm.
Take that!
course, that makes perfect sense. Everything got stuffed in there, including my dad.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
The clothes weren't simply hidden, they were returned to where they belonged.
Ah,
And by that you mean...
It's not that hard to find out.
The killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere.
Oh, so she killed him,
She killed him, took his clothes that were covered in the blood.
killed Inga,
Yeah.
put the clothes back on Dirk, and then stuffed his dead-ass body back in there.
Wow.
That's a Black Widow.
Yeah, that's a special kind of dark. Luckily, they were right there.
Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus. So the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes.
Right. Before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes. And then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body.
Have we actually dealt with anybody this twisted before?
Pretty much
Kinda.
every last main antagonist is kind of like this.
Yeah.
so what? This is still all speculation. We know not whether those clothes were actually used in the murder.
I mean, Morgana Le Fay was pretty dark.
I would say Godot's worse. He
No.
he was intentionally waiting
I guess.
to kill
Yeah, but
someone and got caught in a crossfire
It was
because he screwed up.
it was mostly a revenge thing.
Yeah.
I would say Matt Onguard's twistedness is probably on par with this.
So is Phoenix's old flame.
Yes, Dahlia Hawthorne was definitely just
The Silver, what is it? The Silver Samurai or whatever? That
Steel Samurai.
That.
We already established that. We
Yeah,
were
that
talking
was
about
Matt Onguard.
Okay.
He was the Nickel Samurai.
I was gonna say that was pretty dark. That.
Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case.
Are you sure about that?
Blood is everything.
That's where you're wrong, but I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this.
You know what it is?
The pendant.
No. It's not the pendant. Look at his left arm. Notice how most of the blood on him is from his wounds from the gunshot. What about the
yeah.
blood on his arm? What about the blood on his left arm over his shawl?
That looks a little bit fresher, doesn't it?
Oh, it's redder. Yeah.
Color means everything.
The bloodstain on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There's also some blood splatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe this blood splatter came from...
Well, who's the other dead body at the scene?
She's Spider-Man!
The other messed up part is she knew her husband killed Dirk. Then she killed her husband out of spite.
No.
No.
Or
To hide the evidence.
Yeah, and then using Dirk's dead body.
If the killer wore these during the murder, then the blood splatter must have come from Minister Inga.
I had thought it was all Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure, though. Let's get those stains analyzed right away. Indeed, this may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt.
Objection!
You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. They could very well have been hidden by a third party.
But could they really? I'd say the possibility of someone other than Garin hiding the clothes
Does not exist.
does not exist. They're the only ones who have the keys.
Yeah.
It's not just that. There's a reliable
It has
witness.
nothing to do with that.
Yeah, that's true. But they did establish that the royalty were the only ones that could open or close the sarcophagus.
Yes.
Mhm.
They're the only ones who have the key.
Yes.
No, it's just not possible. Your evidence, I recall you saying the following.
He did leave. I heard a flash.
The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it.
Ready to blow up, lady?
Oh!
I gotta go.
Okay, bye.
Love you, honey.
Bye. Love you
Bye.
too.
Mwah.
That
Bye,
was
Josh.
your own testimony, word for
Wait
word.
a second.
Boop it away. Why, you insolent!
Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you're the one who killed Justice Minister Inga.
Insignificant worm! You dare accuse me, the ruler of Karine? Do not think for one moment that such impudence will be tolerated.
Objection!
I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in the Sacred Hall, Your Eminence. Because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garin. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice!
Yeah, right.
Oh, are we going for the explosion?
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, I want to see this in all its glory.
Love those. I love those explosions.
Please, just please let it be. Like, I really want this time around. I've never wanted. Oh, she has psychotic break.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Me face justice? Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer.
Oh?
Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, should I be convicted of murdering my husband,
Nayuta would die too.
your dear brother who delivered false testimony in my defense shall also be found guilty.
What? That can't be, can it?
By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, he would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal. And the Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play.
But the law is so broad that anyone could be convicted under it.
When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted, and yet, as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. And as you said earlier, no one is above the law. Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake.
Now what? What can we even do at this point?
You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges, so let us leave all thoughts of the real killer in Revolution in the past where it belongs.
She wants us to just let her off scot-free? And yet, I don't see any other choice.
We cannot yield to her here, Apollo.
No, but she's gonna get wrong.
If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now, do it. Accuse Queen Garin of the crime she has committed.
But...
Such insolence!
What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign, and Rafa cannot ascend to the throne, for she is yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus, to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist!
Terrorists?
If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling sovereign of Karine, I proclaim the following.
Oh, she makes up a law.
It's done this already.
But this one's like,
All who imperil the crown, no matter the reason, shall be subject to immediate execution upon the Queen's orders.
What? Immediate execution?
Do you still not comprehend? Then let me be clear, for the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Karine, I command you to be put to death at once.
She just doesn't know when to quit.
Cool. Thanks, cheater.
One problem. Amara's still alive. She can
Well, what the-
technically...
No, she's in surgery, she's not there.
And she's got a 50-50 chance.
typical, like last gambit move.
Isn't this going a bit too far?
Why is the government barred?
They were on standby in case of an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now, if you would continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, Then under my regal authority you shall all be put to death.
Objection!
Oh, come on! This is insane even for you! You can't possibly get away with something like this! This is a court of law. You can't just order our execution without due process.
Hold it!
Now look, Apollo. Truth and due process are certainly important. But so is your life. So think before you speak again.
But...
Please, Apollo, do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm too.
What am I supposed to do? How do I win against an opponent that can rewrite the laws she sees fit? How can I ever bring her to justice? Is this really how it all ends?
She's stupid. She just wrote her own death sentence. She tried to kill her sister. She imperiled the crown. Therefore, by the new law, she must die.
You're not wrong.
No, but I think that's the winning point.
Let her finish.
It is your life or your accusation, lawyer. You cannot hope for both. It is time to cease this insanity.
There's actually an easier way to get out of this.
What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Garin?
Well, giving up means you lose. So now here's the thing that we're going to do. I might spoil this, but now we have to somehow prove that she's not the queen. That she can't be the queen. That's the only way out.
I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know that that saying you're constantly reminding me of and Athena of? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles?
You never fail to surprise me, Apollo.
And Nayuta, you know that creed we've known ever since we were kids? A dragon never yields?
Apollo.
They are not merely words. They are what's carried us this far. So now it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who gave them to us.
Couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. And if there's any time to remember them, it's now. It would seem, Apollo, that not one, but two auspicious creatures dwell deep within you. A fierce dragon and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff.
I think I finally understand what those words really mean and the resolve they embody.
She's becoming scarier than Phoenix.
Are you smiling? Even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance?
Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear or even the law force me to abandon the pursuit of truth. Because there is another saying in my country, the truth will set you free.
Indeed. That is precisely what Dirk sought to do through this trial. He wished for us to break free of a certain despicable spider's immobilizing silk threads. We won't be intimidated by unjust laws or given to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not a part of my playbook. There is only one path for us: revolution. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us.
Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Karine, then your very existence is wrong.
Does your desperate bleeding know no end?
I know it's a bit late to ask, but what's the plan?
Well, if Garin's going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Culpability Act, and the law itself derives its power from the authority of the Crown, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her, right here, right now.
Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. I doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think.
Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine! We can't give up, not now. We have to keep fighting to the end.
Damn it.
We can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right.
Okay. Turn, I'm gonna ask a favor. I should have grabbed these earlier because now I'm really into this.
No time. why do you put me in these positions?
This is the last big thing.
If I accuse Garen, Nayuta will be subject to the Defense Culpability Act, which means he will be put to death in accordance with the law. So the only way out of this is to dethrone Garen right now. Could this be the key to destroying Garen?
Rafa, Maya's channeling ability, or the Founder's? She's been wanting that ever since the case.
I know.
Yep. That's why.
Dirk was convinced that the orb is the key to the revolution and Karine's future. In light of Garen's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual powers and rights to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that, but that's where it starts to fall apart. Inga couldn't have channeled the Founder even after abducting Miss Faye, after all. Only the Queen could channel spirits. The Founder never existed.
Didn't know the Founder's name.
Didn't know the Founder's name.
Inga didn't know the Founder's name.
That would mean she doesn't either.
No, the royal family does. The name of the Founder is only known to those who become Queen. That means the only people who currently know her name are Garen and Amara. So even if someone had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the Founder. So that begs the question, why is Garen so fixated on the orb? Okay, let's not overthink this. Garen is obsessed with the orb because...
She wants to clear her name. It's the only treasure. She can't channel spirits.
I already guessed that a long time ago.
So why would she have to wear Dirk's clothing if she could channel a spirit?
She can't.
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
She needed his clothing for that specific reason.
No, his features wouldn't mean anything to some guy who
To Inga, because he can't see, he can't recognize faces.
Yeah.
He has a disorder that...
As long as he dresses like
Looks enough like Dirk.
yeah,
And you know,
he figures that it's Dirk because he can't tell. Could it be? It's hard to believe, but if she wants spiritual power, does that mean Garen can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amara perform the rite of channeling. Is that why she let Amara live? To stand in for her when time came to channel spirits? So if Garen can't channel spirits...
She would be exiled, it would look bad. She had no claim to the throne. Garen has no claim to the throne.
Garen's Defense Culpability Act was established under the Crown's authority. But if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act would become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she's enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop.
it's true.
You claim the authority of the Crown? You? Of all people? That's a good one.
Have you truly lost it, lawyer?
Indeed. I would have the defense explain himself at once.
It's easy, Your Majesty. Why is Queen Garen so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Amara live? And why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite of channeling in her place? The answers to these three questions point to a single conclusion. The fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core.
I still do not follow upon.
Your Eminence, I have just one question for you, and please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you?
What? You believe the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead? The defense will explain himself at once.
In Karine, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But Your Eminence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you've passed would be rendered null and void. And you, the Garen Royal Guard, you seem to be rather enamored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power. But what if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person, a pretender to the throne?
That's crazy talk! Impossible! Everyone knows only...
Such blasphemy. On what grounds do you make such a defamatory claim?
Queen Garen, If you think I'm just out to defame you, then prove it. Prove it using the piece of evidence you want so badly. All the conditions for summoning the Founder should be in place. With the orb, we know what the Founder looks like. And as Queen, you should know the Founder's name.
Yeah.
Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the great spiritual power you bear as Grand Priestess of Karine.
Ooh! To witness Her Eminence's great power with our own eyes! Holy Mother will appear before us! Oh, great miracles, miracles!
Praise be, Your Eminence! May your mighty size
From power!
I'm sorry. I kinda...
Enough. Enough, I say, you mindless cretins.
Your Eminence? Can it be that you cannot?
No. I want a lawyer. Someone one at once.
What lawyers? You got rid of them all!
Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Quran. You can thank your Defense Culpability Act for that.
Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power! Summon her holiness so she may go!
I have heard enough from you. Out of my sight, all of you!
If you truly are capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence.
You sneaky, underhanded wretch of a lawyer!
That reminds me. You said something to the effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now?
Indeed, all the things she has said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo, teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget.
Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity.
Can I have my water, please?
Gotta get this.
Guard! Your reign of terror ends here!
They took that straight from the anime.
Yep, for your part.
Absolutely.
Really? The anime actually gets this far?
No. What I mean by that is, when they make their points very strongly, they create a...
They created Justice Kid.
Yeah, they see this is dialogue they can't... She can't.
Behold, the magnificent power.
To commune with the spirits. That was... yeah.
Oh, Your Eminence!
Do it now. Get her bottle up. Nah.
I don't want to scare.
You're not gonna read those lines?
Maybe.
Here it comes! I'll do it then.
Oh?
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well? Oh, Spirit of the Fountain, gracious with him. The time is now. I beseech you. Appear before us.
And that
Please,
is
my
what I-
call. Fountain, please. No, wait. It was just warming up. The ride actually starts from now. Look. I'm not reading that.
No.
Holy
Shit!
Oh, her mind broke. Good. All this because she wanted power. Pathetic.
Prosecutor said, Maddie, how is Her Eminence?
It seems... Sorry.
It seems someone was trying to possess my being. A commendable effort.
Hey, I was voicing him at one point.
A commendable effort, but
Get on with it.
Anyway.
she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother. I see. But her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not? Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it will be quite a challenge to question her later.
So, would you say her performance was
I can't get on with it.
And what, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand that she killed Minister Inga in order to prevent his coup d'etat.
But what of her attempt to assassinate Queen Amara 23 years ago?
To become queen herself? Maybe she just craved power and attention.
She likely developed a psychological complex from her inability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon fear and lies. Then again, do not all tyrants? So then, she never really intended to kill Amara, huh?
What I don't understand is why Queen Amara even listened to Garin in the first place. Especially 14 years ago, before Rafa was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the people of Karine think she was dead? While she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Garin.
My mother is a gentle soul by nature, and loves her sister dearly. So when Garin told her to hide because Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That is why she acquiesced so obediently to Garin's request to keep chanting for her, until she fled with Dirk and was told the truth, that is.
So that's what happened.
And since Rafa was being held captive, I imagine Amara had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inga's murder.
Yeah, living secretly as Rafa's servant, Nena. No doubt only deepened her love for her daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe.
All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her.
Well, that was a case for the ages. Prosecutor Sadmati has been cleared of all suspicion in the murder of Minister Inga, as has Mr. Dirk Sadmati in the assassination attempt of Queen Amara. Now then, I think it is high time I handed down my verdict on Dirk and Nayuta Sadmati.
Not guilty.
Woo! And there was much rejoicing.
Obviously, she's going to be executed in the case of Garin, because there's no way with their laws she's going to be allowed to walk.
No, she can get away with it right now. Insanity.
She is technically insane.
That's the point.
Well, I would say she at least will be locked away for the rest of her life.
Yeah, she'll be locked away for the rest of her life because she's not of sane mind. She's a danger to herself and others, but she's not, like, it's questionable whether we could try her for actually doing so on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Dirk, I hope you're watching. I proved your innocence.
I am, son. And all I have to say is...
Bruh.
Nayuta's smiling again. And that revolution you've always dreamed of is finally happening.
With this, may I finally say, this court is adjourned.
Woo!
Not done yet. We got one DLC case.
Way to go, Apollo.
I was on the edge of my seat when those guards stormed the courtroom.
That was a shocker, alright. Can't imagine anything like that happening back at home.
I know, right? I was ready to go on down there and teach them a lesson myself.
Really?
I was barely able to hold her back.
Hold me back? You were about to go ballistic after a while.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest.
Remind me never say or do anything to deserve a Maya Athena double suplex.
I mean, Phoenix has gotten awfully close on a couple of occasions.
You did a fine job out there, Apollo.
Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright.
Nah, it was all you. That perseverance and never say die attitude you showed was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself.
What? For me? That's a laugh.
There were any number of times.
Any number
There
of
were
times.
any number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up. But you stuck it out to the end and came away triumphant, by sheer force of will, and inner strength forged in countless trials. You overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen.
I don't know about all that.
I mean it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. I've nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney.
Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Wright?
You did it, Apollo. You finally won his seal of approval. But what about me, Nick? My channeling's come a long way, too. After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already. Yeah, and two major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next.
Honestly, I couldn't have done this without the support of each and every person here. Mr. Wright, Athena, Nayuta, and of course, Dirk.
That was pretty cool, Polly.
Oh, hi, Trix Trucy.
Yeah,
Trucy.
because
Yeah,
Trucy's
the great, the great and powerful Trix cereal.
Trucy's
Where
name
the
is
hell did she
Polly.
come from? Yeah.
She was there the whole time. Trucy?
Trucy, what are you doing here? It's magic.
Oh,
I'm afraid she employed the old let's stow away in Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick.
What?
Though it certainly explains why my suitcase is so heavy.
You didn't check your contents, mate? Tell me you at least noticed it was heavier than usual. Even I'm like, bruh. Wait, hold on.
Trucy? Do you even have a passport?
My magic panties are an extra-dimensional space. It's like a mini universe in there. I can produce a passport at the drop of my hat.
Right.
Yeah, emphasis on a passport. It doesn't have to be my passport.
I just realized she is not
Maybe
a pipsqueak anymore.
Maybe some things in this world are better left in mystery.
Well, she's 17 now. She was 15 the first time we met her.
Hardhead, Bobhead,
It's only been 2 years.
I am forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this Hall of Justice.
Yes.
Without your presence, I may have never changed as I have to this day. It's pathetic, I know.
That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Garn. And that decision was yours and yours alone.
That's right. All we did was present you with an opportunity. And you made use of it with gusto. This victory is yours, your benevolence. You should be proud of yourself.
I see. So, I am worthy of my title after all. Ha! Ha ha ha!
Don't get cocky, kid.
I shall work to heal our kingdom so that it may now know peace and prosperity once more.
She sure bounced back real quick. So, your benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origins? That you were the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amara?
Yes, my mother. Her eminence told me. She said it was part of my discipling.
Disciplining it. If you can call it that.
Sounds more like blackmail. Be quiet or I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal.
My mother was so insufferable. Or should I say my former mother.
Sounds like there was no love lost there.
But you cleared Dirk's name. My true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, I have nothing more to fear.
So what's next for the Kingdom of Karine? I mean, you lost your queen, so...
Her benevolence, Princess Rayfa, will ascend to the throne. I'm gonna assume it's Nayuta?
It's either Nayuta or Nana. I don't know.
It wouldn't be Nayuta.
Yeah.
Nayuta?
Nayuta? But she can't channel spirits yet, right?
Indeed. Which is why I will act as regent on her behalf. Until the day she comes into her own.
Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor Son.
Oh, wait.
Big son!
Is she gonna say what I think she is?
Baka!
What are you looking at, you horn-headed nincompoop?
Katonk.
Ouch! In any event, I will be assisted by Nayuta and Queen Amara for the time being.
Queen Amara?
A country offers counsel to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling. It is a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day. But for now, I will have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity.
So I assume she's okay then. So then she's going to be alright?
Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage.
That's a relief.
Oh dear! You did it, AJ! Thanks to you, both Dirk and Ayuda beat the Turks against them! And you got the revolution rolling to boot!
The revolution. Dirk. I guess you were right to believe in me after all.
Yes, sir! There's gonna be some major changes around here. The legal system's gonna return to its rightful state, like how Dirk always wanted. And the name of Apollo Justice will go down in Kyrie's history.
Yeah, right. Oh, Nayuta, before I forget, there was something I wanted to give you before I head back home.
You wish to give me something?
Yes, as Dirk's birth son, I think you should have this.
Oh, his attorney's badge. Dirk's badge.
I see, I know. This.
The book! The pen! Take that! This is Dirk's.
I have to get back to the States. And I know you're a prosecutor and all, but as the man that's going to change Karine's only right, it's only right that you have it.
To change Karine.
Yeah, in Dirk's place.
Apollo, I am afraid I must refuse your gift.
What? Why?
There is something I would like to show you.
Huh? What's this all of a sudden?
Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us?
Oh, sure.
Should I even bother with 7 right now?
We're gonna get about an hour.
Yeah, because it's 20 to 8.
Shrug.
We'll see where we end up.
So why'd you bring us here, Nayuta?
Apollo, I want you to stay here in Karine.
What? But why?
We have lost our queen, and our kingdom stands at a crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system. Naturally, that includes the reintroduction of lawyers to the courts.
But wait, you're not asking me to...
Yes, I want you to take over this law office. With you as a lawyer and me as a prosecutor, we shall rebuild Karine's legal system from the ground up.
That's his exit from the Phoenix Wright series. You want me to help rebuild the legal system?
This was there?
Nope.
No.
This is the last game in the series.
Yeah. That's a lot to take in.
Apollo, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Dirk's spiritual heir. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable.
The jacket in the background will suit him.
This is way out of my league.
The revolution is still in its infancy, but it was Dirk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Will you not help me realize that dream? Come on, EJ. You know it's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together. You must be taken aback by my sudden request, but please give it some thought.
Of course, I'm honored that you asked.
At least he's not as bad as Butts.
Still, I have my job back at the Wright Anything Agency to consider too.
Don't you worry about that at all. Besides, there is something only you This is something only you can do.
Something only I can do?
I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short of firepower without you around, but hey.
Mr. Wright.
Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with this.
Athena?
I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo.
That's right! It won't be the same without you! And everyone back home would really miss you too! There's no way I can agree to this!
Still, if you really wanted to stay...
Yeah, Athena's right. It won't be easy, but...
Athena, Trucy.
The girls don't. Apollo, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning. Think you can make up your mind by then?
I'll try. Talk about a difficult decision. Could I go back to the US and continue working at the Wright Anything Agency? Or should I stay in Karine and help Nayuta rebuild the legal system?
I'd say I know what the right choice is.
What's the right thing for me to do?
I'm gonna join Smash.
The bus to the airport will be here any minute.
I wonder where Apollo is. Do you think he decided to stay here in Karine? I bet he was all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision, after all. But whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it.
I guess this means no more courtroom battles alongside him.
For now. I think that's Apollo.
Hey, guys!
I'd know that booming voice anywhere.
Hey, it's me, Goku!
Oh.
Phew, I made it.
Hello, you're here. Does this mean you're coming home with us?
Well, about that. Mr. Wright.
Yeah?
I've made up my mind.
Here it is, the moment of truth.
I still have so many things to learn from you. But I've decided to stay in Karine.
You're staying?
But I feel like I have to pick up where Dirk left off. I can't let his sacrifice go to waste.
I see.
Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright.
Oh.
Dirk's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe that these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this.
Oh. Never felt prouder. Proud to have had such an amazing attorney working under me.
But someday, I'll return to the U.S. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's honor.
Will we really see you again, Apollo?
You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be. But I promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing, and I'll come back to the U.S. an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me.
Of course we won't, Apollo. There will always be a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you, so knock them dead.
You got it, Mr. Wright.
Have they still addressed their mother?
No.
I'm gonna miss you, Polly. But if this is it, then I'm going to support your choice all the way.
That's true.
Thanks, Trissy. They both don't know.
They still don't know.
Good luck with your magic act. I know you'll do Troop Grammar I proud.
I'll be cheering for you too, Apollo. But don't think you're the only one with room to grow. The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me.
In other words, game on.
You bet, and I'm gonna win.
Where's my ship button? I'm gonna miss you too, Apollo, but I can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. Well, there's our bus. I guess this is it, Apollo.
I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to seeing you back in the U.S. again someday. Until then, you know where to find me.
So, her is the mooch necklace. Him is the bracelet, which allows him to see inconsistencies in body behavior.
Lies.
It's
Lies
basically
and
nervous
inconsistent
twitching.
It's a lie detector.
Yeah.
And Phoenix is
The Magatama.
the Megatama straight up.
Secrets.
So
Hiding secrets.
Psychic locks.
Yeah, Psyche locks. Yeah.
The leg. Oh, no, it's you.
The legacy of those who came before us.
Oh, shit.
It's fine.
Is handed down from parent to child. Oh, I love that. What's that's implying?
Is that what you want? Water?
No.
From mentor to disciple. We shall never stall or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. Phoenix, are you implying that Apollo and Athena are your kids?
I mean,
All that we've been taught. The beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us. We must continue to nurture them so we, in turn, can pass them on to the next generation. Star Trek, the next generation.
Don't kill Zyka.
like a drill, we will further pierce into the heavens.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd leave the nest someday.
Let's be honest, he actually doesn't mind.
No.
He's an uncle. Let's
Also, I'd love to point out, I'm just going to point this
I
out.
think they're almost here.
Just a little. Got it.
Oh!
The voice of Phoenix is Sam Riegel.
check it out, AJ?
Teddy, Persona 4. Oh, jeez. Yep.
Honestly, because of this, the anime should get more seasons to bring it right up to this.
It's gotten the 2 seasons, which was basically the first 3 games. I wouldn't mind seeing a season 3 and 4 that did the Apollo Justice stuff, the Apollo Justice trilogy.
Like a ghost.
I mean, they've seen them before in different cases.
different reason, but yeah.
Quite hands.
Justice Law officers.
So when are we getting a new Apollo Justice game?
It's not gonna.
Capcom, please, or maybe give us
Did
an
they register a trademark for this?
or maybe give us an Athena Sykes
The
game.
only game we've gotten after this one has been
There's been the 2
a
prequels.
prequels, yeah.
There are 10 games total.
Go on, Mr. Hat. Introduce yourself. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Nice to meet you. I wanted to take this opportunity to announce my solo debut. It seems Mr. Hat doesn't want Apollo to leave his... We're fierce rivals, you know. We can't let him hog the spotlight. It's just not the same without Polly, is it? Yeah, I kind of miss him too. I know. We should visit him in Karine.
After seeing Mr. Justice in action, I got to thinking, what can I do for Karine? Then it came to me, tourism, that's what! I'll develop Karine's tourism industry and bring in some visitors. I'll roll up a night tourist centered around the resort. Oh, and make a museum dedicated to the Vine of Dragons. Boy, the ideas just keep on coming.
I mean, it's the right thing to do. Oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
Also, I'm just
Oh, if you-
realizing.
I want to congratulate you on becoming a forensic investigator, to spy. Scott.
Thank you, but prosecutors are not busy, so starting tomorrow I'll be working in Karine for a while.
Look at it this way, it's sure to be an educational experience.
True, plus I can't let that kid show me up either. I'll see what I can do for Karine's revolution.
Well, challenges have a way of
Helping us grow.
I look forward to the next investigation.
Give up on the dialogue. I'm trying to read it at this point. It's actually going so quickly.
I'll read it.
It's always just like ever so slightly short.
Damn that forehead face! Ever since he revealed the secret behind our teleportation trick, show requests and totally drive him. I'll be out of my on the street in the works. Maybe we should try. We should take Trucy up on her offer. Should make our debut as magicians at the right anything and shoot. I'm gonna show her up someday, and it'll be on my terms.
Like if it was ever so slightly longer, we'd be able to
Yeah.
fix the problem.
Yeah, I know.
I know, but it's just like.
I can do it. I can.
I didn't realize they were twins.
Yes. They were twins.
Honestly, this kind of makes me half tempted to
We did kind
Download
of do them a
both.
Pyramithra kind of way.
download both compilations.
Karine is just like children right now, full of life and limitless possibilities.
I'm
I'm face a surge and my darling Turles to watch over them both. Have no fear. We'll see Dirk's legacy through to the end. And just for Junior here, here's a secret of being man among men. Behold, the Dex pose! Oh, it sounds like little Faith is saying, come on, little guy, don't be shy.
Yes, I'm getting married. Yep. I mean, I've seen weirder couples that were.
Hey, Dads is a good man. He's
better than butts.
He's a freaking goofball.
I've been pulling double duty ever since Apollo left. That's okay. I'm gonna make Simon recognize me for the awesome player that I am.
She's making in her boots.
Switch it! I can do it, and I will. Mr. Wright will be calling me his right-hand woman before you know it. Let's do this.
I mean, let's be real. They like Simon Blackwell really likes Athena, and it's a little weird.
They're more sisterly like.
Bucky, how dare you deliver my order in such a sorry state?
Don't be mad, Thymie. They were partying with lipstick say yesterday, but I'm still today's fine. Try something.
You great big pillock. I just lost my appetite thanks to you. It's hard to find good help these days. What you say, old chum? You got it.
Also, he's become less of the I'm Dark Edgelord.
No.
Now he's just yeah.
The trial the other day really inspired me. It created a Rakugo routine based on.
It's a mystery story that'll keep flipping the audience's thinking on its head. It's called The Scary Raw Noodle.
You're giving way too much of the title.
Keep the tornado school going. It's our only way of paying penance and repaying our debt to Shisho. And that includes Rakugo training for all that kid as well.
The kid, Owen.
Owen.
Okay, so who actually killed the master? Because he obviously didn't.
It was the Clussy.
Oh yeah, the clown. The crazy.
Yeah.
With the face.
Loons! With a newfound mobility, even ancient ruins and their fancy Tomb Raider traps are no match for me! Fire!
The university where my father worked is letting me help with a dig. One day I'll discover an unknown ancient civilization and dedicate it to him.
I'll also be giving on a dig in Karine soon! That private justice had better not be slacking off!
So wait, is that her father?
No, that's her.
Oh.
Yeah, that's her.
It's through voice modulator.
Yeah.
And the game actually establishes that it's.
I'm going to be super busy now that I'm the head of the Fae clan.
Don't worry, Mystic Maya. I'll do whatever I can to help.
Thanks, Pearly. Our first order of business will be to revolutionize Karain Village.
Oh, I have an idea. How about opening a store where we can buy new outfits like the city girls wear?
Well, look who's all grown up now, but I think there are a few more pressing matters to take.
Of course, burgers.
I guess it'll be a while before I get my revolutionary makeover.
She has gone from the tiny pipsqueak to teenager.
Yeah,
to middle-sized pipsqueak.
She's the age and size of Maya when Maya.
No, Maya.
She's also probably Maya's age.
Now that you'll stop being
Nina, I want a new name.
I wonder if there will be anyone willing to throw you in that capacity. You are quite a handful after all.
I am?
With a simple wave of your hand, you would have your attire changed, meals prepared, and even your teeth brushed.
To think I put such undue burden upon you a grand priest of the Karine.
Fair enough, Arifa. You'll have plenty of time in which to make amends. Oh, perhaps you could start with one of your famous shoulder rubs.
Yeah.
At least she actually properly interacts with her mom. Unfortunately, the chance with her father, not so much. Unless her mom channels him, which is still going to be a little weird.
Her benevolence has taken to calling me Braidhead. Even worse, she trembles and her face turns red when she speaks to me. What have I done to deserve such animosity? While it is true that I am merciless within the Hall of Justice, to be given such a dismissive name is entirely uncalled for. What am I to do? Perhaps I shall consult Apollo about this.
She's calling you Braidhead because it also starts with BR, dumbass.
She is your sister, and she is a tsundere. This is par for the course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but who does she... You know, no, that would be so awkward.
Here we go.
I'm not thinking Nayuta, I'm thinking Apollo.
What's he doing, Mr. Wright? Great! He's a respectable lawyer in his own right. He even has his own private justice law offices. Thank you. It must have been possible without you. Oh, but I forget. I made a copy of this photo.
It's La Miroir.
It's La Miroir.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jove. It is so good to see him again. Don't you think it's about time we told them the truth? After all, they've been grown into fine young people now. Yes, you're right. Perhaps it's about time they knew.
Oh, come on, Capcom. You can't just
And
leave
then
it
they
there.
cut it off there. We're just like, nah,
We'll wait until
They
the
better
next
not start the next game
without saying
death.
anything. Yeah, that would be dark. They're just like, yeah, let's tell them Mirwar's dead.
But that would be a typical feature.
That would
That
be-
would be typical.
It
Ace
would
Attorney.
be.
Hey, it's rock and roll Jesus.
So is this guy innocent? Or
No, the killer in the first case.
Yeah.
His name was Peace, Love, and Understanding.
He was anything but.
Yep.
No, it's not plugged in.
You can't unplug the other cord. What
No,
time
I
is
can't
it?
unplug either cord.
I got an hour to try and make some kind of progress.
Or
No.
we can start the DLC.
No.
You wanna go with Final
You're not
Fantasy?
going to get enough time in Final Fantasy.
By the
VII.
time we set it up, you'll only have like a half an hour. Tell you what, next week we'll let you have a full. We'll let you actually no. If you want to come a little earlier, you can get a full time for.
Sure. This will be interesting. Let's see
What
how
we
bad
can do
they
now
get.
is we can start the DLC case. And you know what? I'm gonna take control because I've never done the DLC case.
Let's see how badly I screw up the airbuster fight.
Which is why, in this case, I would like one of you to take the walkthrough for me.
No, thank you.
Just to tell me where to go during the investigations.
Is that gonna want to?
I'll do it.
You'll do it?
Yeah.
I need to use Marshall.
Also, what the Larry Butts? Why?
Hey, Joe!
I know he's a main part of the DLC case.
I was expecting.
Oh!
We'll see.
By the way, if I had to choose, it's not Dolly I'd go with, it's her sister that's not the asshole.
Yeah, Iris is the okay one.
So now we've got their 6 out of 10 games. You have the 2 prequels. Turp now has the 2 standalone Edgeworth games. I got them for him.
Oh,
Nice.
So we can actually get around to them.
Oh, hello, Dirk. Hello, Daddy. I mean, Dirk.
Okay, that makes sense now why his hand is always covered, because that's where the tattoo is.
Yes. No, that's what happens in the anime. When the characters make their points so powerful, it basically creates a gust of wind that blows them back against the thing.
I love how the soldier's just like, oh! It's like one of those dance scenes.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it's like one of the music videos where they're all like
yeah,
dancing and they get up to him and then it's
where they go like, ah!
yeah, and then the singer does that crazy move, crazy
Uh-huh.
move and then points at the end. It's like, the fuck. Four months.
It's been 4 months, yeah. Dear Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. I'm sorry I haven't been good about keeping in touch, but things have been really hectic. Rebuilding a legal system I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge. But I will say, it's given me plenty of work to keep me busy. Hey, Faye, thank you for the subscription. I know that might have been a while ago, but we appreciate it. Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice? It's just I had 15 clients on my plate right now. Though I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time. Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Karine's legal system or not? If you are, we need to move through this case backlog faster. Yeah, I know, but... Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more awaiting your services. Huh? I too have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. And being that you are the only lawyer in the country, I told them to contact you.
I estimate it will only add about 16 clients to your caseload.
Holy shit!
Huh?
Would you
No,
relax?
wait just 1
Holy
minute.
crap volume.
I have been handing out advertisements for your new office. They read, from legal advice to investigating extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only, these services and more are free down at Justice Law offices. I have already received requests for 380 new clients.
Hey, I'm gonna have to say something, aren't I?
I trust you did your Cords of Steel exercises this morning? Well, go on. There is no need to hold back.
Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear you shout today.
Yes, and I have grown quite drowsy from these tedious proceedings. I could use a loud something to wake me up.
Do not disappoint me, Hornhead.
Why did you take over?
Because you were upstairs.
Yeah, but while I was still here, though.
I was in the mood, okay?
Eh.
There's really only one thing to say at a time like this.
Again, still me.
Then keep going! Why are you stopping?
Because you keep interrupting me.
Get going!
It's a word I've said countless times in my career, but one I'll never tire of.
Bruh.
Oh, shit!
Bruh.
Bruh.
Fun fact, guys, that is the end of the main game. We're not done yet! You ready for the DLC case?
Hey, guy.
Alright.
I mean, because each game had a specific prosecutor that...
Edgeworth.
Okay.
Karma. Visor.
Photo.
No, but I'm saying like
Blackwell. Clavier.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say Manfred Van Karma. Then it goes Godot. Then Clavier.
You're missing one.
Francisca.
Well, okay, yeah, she comes in and takes.
And then
over
there's
the
one
party.
that shows up in every single one of them.
Okay, Payne is just a moron, and I don't care about
I mean,
him.
you're not
He's
wrong.
your- he's
Well,
the
we have to count both Winston and Gaspin.
Really? There's two of them?
Yeah, Winston's is the sequel, is the original trilogy and Apollo Justice. But then in the Dual Destinies onwards, it's his brother Gaspin.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say Payne, Manfred, Edgeworth, Von Car, Francesca, then moving on to Clavier and Godot, Gavin.
Yeah.
Because both him and his brother Clavier. Blackwell.
And then this one, Sadmati.
Yeah,
All right, here we go.
Oh, and Garen.
Yeah, that's true, and Garen. All right, and now for the special episode, Turnabout Storyteller. Time Traveler. Story Time Traveler. Storytime Teller Traveler.
Where'd you get Storyteller from?
That was case 4.
Okay.
I was mixing it up with that. So yeah, Turnabout Time Traveler. This is my first time playing this case. I'm actually really excited.
Time Traveler.
Say nothing.
I'm not completely heartless. I'll even throw that time machine you cherish so much overboard with you.
Please take me back to that blissful moment.
Oh.
It's almost time for the reception, milady. It actually really worked.
I saw Larry.
September
You
21st.
already know he's in it.
10:13 a.m. Wright Anything Agency.
Okay, let me make sure I got this straight. When your magic panties appear, I do a black flip into a handstand and then blow out the candle?
No, Athena, you got it all wrong. You're supposed to do a backflip, not a black flip. You do a backflip through a ring of fire while holding a candle in your mouth.
There's no way I'll ever be able to do that.
Sure you can. I believe in you, Athena. Trucy, what are you and Athena up to? Athena's agreed to be a part-time performer in my magic show.
I couldn't say no to some extra cash, but I probably should have thought it through first.
Wait, who asked that question? Was it me who asked the question? Apollo?
What?
Never mind. Sorry, just tired.
No, it's human cannonball this, guillotine that. It's not like I have 9 lives, you know?
So this
Also, she brought up the Pendulum of Doom. I didn't order the Pendulum of Doom. It's overkill. Get rid of it.
does this happen post-game, or...?
Happens after Turnabout Revolution.
So, after Apollo's gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You've made your bet, Athena, and now you've got a lie in it.
No, I'm too young to be taking out a life insurance policy already.
So Apollo's not going to be involved in this?
No. My name is Phoenix Wright. I'm the head of this law office. And since when did you become the head of this office, Daddy? I mean, who exactly does all the cleaning, accounting, and scheduling around here, huh? You got me there, Trucy. This is Trucy Wright. She's my adopted daughter and a magician.
And I'm Athena Sykes, the Rising Star lawyer of the Wright Anything Agency.
Or rather, the Rising Star assistant to Trucy, you mean.
If I don't get back into a courtroom soon, I'm gonna forget everything I ever learned.
Speaking of the courtroom, we haven't exactly had any clients lately, have we?
Business is slow as ever, huh, Nick? Bet you made more money back when you were playing the piano. Yo, long time no see!
So we're diving right into the thick of it, are we? Larry? I haven't seen you in years. What brings you here all of a sudden?
So you're still rocking that hat.
Some big news, that's what.
Okay.
Who's this guy, boss?
This is Larry Butts. He's, well, let's just say he's an old friend. So, Larry, what's so big that you had to come and tell me in person?
There's somebody I want you to meet. Hey, you can come in now.
Alright. How do you do?
Hi. That dress, is that a wedding dress?
Yes, it is. My name is Ellen Wyatt. I'm a domestic servant and maid of the Sprocket household. Sprocket? As in Sprocket Aviation?
Ellen Wyatt.
Yes, that's the one. Wow, Mr. Wright, Sprocket Aviation is a really big airline company. You've heard of Rainbow Airlines, right? The one they call RAL for short?
Yeah, that does sound familiar.
Well, it's run by Sprocket Aviation.
I see. But what is a Sprocket family maid doing here in a wedding dress?
So actually, we've decided to get married.
You what?
I'm not so young anymore, you know? I figured it's time to finally settle down.
What? You're getting married? No way. I don't believe it. Besides,
No way! I don't believe this!
why would someone as well put together as her choose someone as flaky as Larry? You're kidding, right?
Jealous? I don't blame you, but green's really not your color, you know?
Alright, Larry, lay it on me. Okay, before I do that...
Yes, do it.
Charlie looks as lush and green as ever, thanks to Athena taking such good care of him. I guess I should pitch in every once in a while, too, huh?
Mr. Charlie!
That was the last time I needed to look at Charlie the houseplant. Anyway, let's go back to business now. Sorry, Larry. I had to look at Charlie first. You're getting married? In all seriousness, Larry, are you really getting married?
Not right away, but that's the plan. We're gonna elope, see? Like, love on the run, guess you could say. Isn't it right, Ellie?
She doesn't seem so sure.
Larry, I do not believe there's been a major misunderstanding here. My heart already belongs to another.
Hmm?
I'm in love with Soren. Not you.
Say what?
That's about what I thought.
But Ellie, baby, weren't you running away with me so we could get married?
Okay. He is the same age as the rest of us, yeah? Yeah, he's 34. He's 1 year younger than everyone else, than Phoenix and Edgeworth.
Yeah, and he was in the same grade. Of course he was.
Yeah.
As I said, you misunderstand. You said you'd help me escape. That's the only reason I ran away with you.
The sparkle eyes. That's great.
This is not happening. I even shook off the police for you, and for what? That's it. If we can't be together, my life is over. I'm gonna end it all.
I like the animations on this. It's actually very fitting for him. It's the same ones as before. Wait, back up. Did you say you shook off the police?
Yeah, we had to, because we're lovers on the lam.
Sorry, Miss Wyatt, but could you maybe fill me in on what's going on?
To tell the truth, I'm being pursued by the police as a murder suspect.
Murder? They think you killed somebody?
I happened to find a dead body at my reception, so the suspicion fell onto me. They had me confined in a separate room. And that's when Mary came along and helped me escape.
I'm sorry, but what?
No, Nick. Me and Ellie were gonna elope. We were gonna pull it all on the line for true love. But the police tried to stop us, so we had to scramble to shake them off. Where did it all go wrong?
I feel a migraine coming on. That was the first thing that Mia said in the first case. Love it.
Please help me. The police are sure to be intensifying their search. Look, it's even on TV.
More news on the murder suspect and an unidentified man on the run from the police. Photo of the suspect, Miss Ellen Wyatt, has been released by the police. Sources say that the 21-year-old is suspected of clubbing the victim. 25-year-old Dumas Bloomsbury to death in the wedding reception hall after her banquet. The two fugitives are said to be highly agitated and dangerous. If you see them, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh, brother.
I guess this means we're technically harboring a pair of fugitives here, huh?
Oh, Nick, what's it gotta do? Ellie's dumpy hardcore.
I'm the one who should be crying. Boy, haven't seen you in ages. Where have you been all this time?
You mean you don't know? You've gotta really stop living under a rock and get out more. I'm the hippest, hottest picture book author in the business. Laurie Stoneham.
He kept the nickname. I love it. It was the name he used in Trials and Tribulations.
We're all there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's great.
I can't believe you didn't know I'm taking the picture book world by storm.
Oh, but I know you. You're the one who wrote Franny's Whippity Whip Trip, right?
Franzies.
Now that you mention it, I think I did hear something about a one-hit wonder.
Well, one-hit wonder? What the heck, Nick? I'll have you know, I created a brand new character to moderate acclaim. He's mildly popular with the 18 to 24-year-old women everywhere. Look, you can see his cute self all over this jacket.
Oh, he still has the sleeve thing too.
Yep.
What? That heart-shaped pork chop?
He's not a pork chop. He's the main character of my latest picture book. A lovable little soul who pierces the hearts of lovers with his arrows of more. Q-Piglet.
Q-Piglet.
And you can see his adorable fellow make his debut in Q-Piglet's Lovey-Dovey Lark. In stores now.
Are you sure? Because I've never seen that book in stores, now or ever.
Well, if you ever do see it, do me a favor and buy a copy or 10, will you?
But I thought you were taking the picture book world by storm.
Anywho, you'll defend Ellie in court, right, buddy?
Please, I'm begging you. I didn't murder anyone. I swear I'm as clean and pure as this pure white dress.
Something tells me that's not true.
No psyche locks. Guess that means she's telling the truth. But helping a fugitive on the run? What am I getting myself into? Not the weirdest thing you've ever done, mate.
There's actually one more thing I really need to tell you.
Oh?
You might find this hard to believe, but the truth is, I'm a time traveler.
I'm not sure I follow.
After the wedding reception, I was attacked. I was moments away from my death. But then, in that instant, I made a wish upon this pendant around my neck. And I went back in time to just before the reception started. Only, this time around, the man who was trying to kill me was already dead. And, somehow, I became the suspect for his murder. It's as if history had been rewritten.
Now, wait just a minute here. I don't understand. Are you saying that...
Neat.
What's going on?
Mr. Wright, there are police cars outside. And not just one or two, but a whole bunch.
Hip hop, hip hop, 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 hop.
Daddy, a whole squad of officers has the building surrounded. What? You want to do it?
This is the police! There's no escape! Drop your weapons and come out with your hands up!
What do we do?
Heck if I know.
I see a bunch of armed officers out there. 1, 2, 3... 45. Wow, talk about overkill.
Listen here, you criminals! Think you know what you're putting your poor parents through! I'm sure this is how they raise you! Think about their smiling faces and their warm, home-cooked meals! Ah, who the heck are you? A detective? Now hold on here! Hey, you can't go in there, it's too dangerous, wait!
Is everyone okay in here, Mr. Wright?
Is it Emma? It is Emma. Okay.
It's Emma.
I thought you said you were going to...
He knows. Yeah.
I thought you said you were going to Karine. Emma?
Moonlighting.
I'm sorry for all the commotion.
So what in the world is going on?
Well, I raced on over as soon as I heard that it was Mr. Butts who rolled himself up in here.
Yeah, she knows him.
She should be in Karine, because that's what she said. This would have been the perfect opportunity to bring back Gumshoe.
Yeah.
Just to see him again.
Yeah.
And then he could talk about how he married Maggie. This thing's all about a wedding.
With the murder suspect after he made off with her.
And the fleet of patrol cars?
The police are being extra careful, because apparently a certain somebody yelled out,
Stay back! I have a bomb!
That was still Emma, dude.
I know, I'm just...
you have to see her.
It's a retelling.
Stay back, I have a bomb. I'm sure you can guess who I'm talking about.
Well, the police were being so persistent, I had to give them something, so I tried bluffing.
So everyone in the room's now going...
You know, like you do in court, Nick.
Please leave me out of this.
Well, Mr. Wright, I'm bringing this young lady in for questioning. So if you want to talk with her, you'll have to do it down at the detention center.
That's fair. I suppose I should thank you for your thoughtful gift of trouble and mayhem, Larry.
Come on, Nick, we gotta get down to the detention center right away.
Say the line, Phoenix. Listen, Larry, I haven't even decided whether I'm going to take on this case or not.
But I know you will, because it's you.
Guess I've got no choice but to tag along and help then.
What? And skip out on me? We've only just started practicing your repertoire, you know.
Huh?
You better stay and practice with Trucy, Athena. A promise is a promise, after all.
That's cold, boss. You gotta get me out of this. I can't take it anymore.
Let's get practicing, Athena. Next up is some training with the water tank escape trick. Stick your head in this bucket of water and hold your breath for 15 minutes.
Why?
No! Stop, I'm begging you.
I think the world record for holding your breath is like 7 minutes.
Ah, she's getting away! You better get back here, Athena!
You shouldn't have come here!
I guess the only person cut out to be Trucy's assistant is Apollo. Well, guess we'd better get to the detention center and ask Miss Wyatt some questions. Especially about the whole time-traveling business she was talking about.
Time traveler?
Oh man, he didn't say the line.
What?
When something smells, it's usually the
Usually
butts.
Yeah. Oh, he'll get to it eventually.
We're gonna get to it.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright.
Miss Wyatt, would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Nick is going to defend you, Ellie. Isn't that great?
Larry, I told you I haven't decided yet.
What?
You know, I think it's... Oh, her hairstyle is adorable. What?
You're not going to take my case?
Is she going to...
Miss White? What the? Did I do something wrong? Where is she keeping that frying pan?
Yeah.
Someone's watched Tangled a little too much. Miss White, please calm down.
Listen, I tell you. Please won't believe me. And neither will anyone else. I'm gonna die alone in a jail cell.
Alright, I'll do it. I'll take your case. Just please stop crying.
Why haven't these things been confiscated as weapons?
And the guy's just like, do you really think a woman like her would use it as a weapon? I mean, really?
Yes!
Not her. She's not Rapunzel.
The fact that Larry was the one who brought you to me had me a little worried, but you don't seem like a killer to me.
Oh, thank you.
I just realized her eyes in the animation remind me of Sailor Moon.
A little bit, yeah?
Thanks, Nick. I knew you'd come through.
Did I really have a choice?
Guess not.
In any case, it doesn't seem like Miss Wyatt killed anybody. Plus, it's not like I'm up to my years in work at the moment.
No, that's all the way over in Grind.
Yeah, right. Miss Wyatt, Ellen, let's do this together.
Wow. Oh, thank you, Mr. Wright.
There. It's going to be okay. Now, try to pull yourself together.
Alright, just give me a moment.
Ugh. I like her other hairstyle better.
I'm truly grateful to you for taking on my case, on my defense, Mr. Wright.
Sure, no problem. Wow, she literally pulled herself together. Ellen, please tell me everything you can about the incident.
Alright. It happened after the wedding reception. I was attacked by Mr. Gooseberry.
Wasn't Gloomsbury the name of the victim in that news report? Maybe I should listen to what she has to say first, though, before I start asking questions.
How dare that guy lay your hand on somebody else's blushing bride? What a creep!
That's rich, coming from you. Do you have any idea why he attacked you?
No, but,
But what?
well, to tell the truth, Mr. Bloomsbury didn't seem very happy about me getting married.
Well, his name is Gloomsbury, so...
She's jealous much? What a loser!
Mr. Bloomsbury had forced me onto the Vista deck and was going to push me off. Oh, how frightening it all was. I was just about to lose my life on what should have been the happiest day of my life. So that's why I made a wish upon this pendant.
That pendant?
Yes, it was a gift from my husband-to-be, Soren. He said it's a symbol of our love.
And so you made a wish on it?
Now, you may think what I'm about to say is very strange, but... I begged the pendant, please take me back to that blissful moment.
So what you're saying is you're a Disney princess.
And do you know what? It worked. It brought me back to just before the reception started.
You think I'm a Disney princess? Well, I literally just pulled a frying pan out of my dress. I thought that was evident enough.
I was about to start asking the questions that all the Disney princesses started asking Penelope.
So that's the time traveling thing you mentioned back in my office? I'm sorry, but I have to say it's pretty unbelievable.
Unbelievable?
I still like that hairstyle better.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's because her hair is undone. It's done up because she's in a dress.
I know, but I like this hairstyle better.
I knew you'd never believe me.
Nick?
Oh my gosh!
Fuck off, Larry.
Nick, Ellen here is an honest-to-goodness time traveler. Don't you believe your own client? The magic of that pendant sent her back in time before the creep could kill her.
Bruh, time traveling? Really?
I mean, he kind of sees the world in rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I see. You don't have to beat me over the head with it. I see it perfectly fine. I see. My X-ray specs can see through his ignorance.
Yeah, we got half an hour.
Sure, Larry. Sure.
But it's really true, I tell you. This pendant is an important part of the time machine Soren made. I begged it for help, and it really did send me back in time.
Is she listening to herself?
I even experienced the reception again, even though we had already held it once before.
Where are you pulling these things out of, woman?
And during it, everyone there acted as if nothing unusual was happening at all.
Could you not cook while we're talking, please? Alright, so when and how did you come under suspicion for murder?
Well, after the reception ended, the second reception, I mean, I went back to the reception hall and started cleaning up the place by myself.
Hold on. Cleaning? Why were you cleaning on your own wedding day?
For my last task as a servant of the Sprocket household, I offered to take on the preparation and cleanup of the reception banquet.
I see.
I started to move one of the decorative lanterns in the room, but it was so heavy I lost control of it, causing it to topple over and break open. That's when I saw Mr. Gooseberry's dead body inside the lantern.
So you simply happened to be the first to discover the body, right?
That's right. I just came across it by accident.
That seems very suspect.
But I became confused, and didn't know what to do. That's when some of my in-laws saw me and jumped to the conclusion that I had killed them.
Wow.
So this Bloomsbury guy tried to kill Ellen, but then wound up dead himself after Ellen traveled back in time. A time machine and a magic pendant. Could any of this be possible?
Bro, you have a Magatama. You have no basis for that.
But time travel is a different beast than being able to see people's inner thoughts.
And summoning the dead?
Time travel is something, going back in time is something that's like, it goes beyond that. My suspension of disbelief can only go so far.
Yeah, it can only do fantasy, not science fiction.
Exactly. Ellen's pendant. A pendant worn by... It seems she received it from her fiancé.
Ellen's pendant. The pendant for Ellen. The pendant specifically for Ellen.
Ellen's pendant. Property of Ellen. Do not touch except for Ellen.
Ellie, why didn't you tell Nick about that other thing, too? About that shadowy figure you saw when you were being attacked.
Yes, good idea, Larry.
Should I go straight to the shadowy figure and then the wedding? Doesn't really...
Do what you normally do. Order.
The wedding. So you and Larry were we're never planning to get married, right?
That's right. We've only had a few brief interactions, so I can't say I know them at all.
Oh, Ellie, how could you say that? You and me are bound by fate, I'm telling you. We're meant to be together.
Like Romeo and Juliet. Or, what was the other one? Something in Cleopatra? Mark Antony and Cleopatra?
Oh, jeez.
You love-struck twit. Do I have to get the horny bat?
Yes. Very much so.
Larry.
I've never been so right, baby. It's as plain as goatee on my chin.
Ellen, can I borrow your frying pan, please? Oh. Larry, don't make me send you to timeout. Now, can you tell me about the groom, Ellen? What's he like? She's ironing her own dress.
His name is Soren Sprocket. Oh, he's the most wonderful man. He is truly my destiny.
Did you say Soren Sprocket? As in...
That's right. The next president of Sprocket Aviation.
Where did you get the shirt? How many things do you have up your dress? Even Princess Peach is blushing right now. And she keeps turnips up there.
And toads.
And bombs! And Mr. Saturn for some reason.
And beam swords for some reason.
Wait, he's in line to take over the company?
He's nothing but a rich, spoiled brat. I'm clearly the better choice. Clearly.
Larry, you and Soren are as different as night and day. There is no comparison.
Ellie, you're breaking my achy breaky heart!
So she's marrying into money, huh?
I can't believe Soren chose me, a simple house servant. He's my knight in shining armor, my prince. Oh, my Soren.
So I just want to point out Soren Sprocket, as in soaring Sprocket.
As long as it's not Spacely Sprocket. Oh, the people watching this won't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
Yeah. That's been out of circulation for a while.
Well, we better keep going then. So what's this shadowy figure you saw, Ellen? Do I have to throw in the, let's yabba dabba do this?
It was when Mr. Bloomsbury was attacking me. Right after I made a wish upon this pendant, I started to pass out. But just then, just as I lost consciousness, I saw somebody strike Mr. Bloomsbury from behind.
Pocket. You did? Then that person must be the true culprit. Did you see who it was?
I'm afraid not.
Have you told anyone else about this?
I told some of my in-laws, but nobody took me seriously. They said it was all just a dream.
I can't exactly say I blame them. I mean, time travel? Larry, for my peace of mind, please tell me that figure wasn't you.
Of course it wasn't!
Okay, so Ellen saw a suspicious third party on the Vista deck when she was being attacked by Bloomsbury. I guess I've asked her all I can for now.
Stick and span.
Ellen, what are you doing?
I want to make everything clean and beautiful for when Soren comes. I can't have my future hobby come into a dirty room, can I? It has to be spotless, just like this white dress. Spick and span.
Let's hope we can wipe away all suspicion from you soon, too.
Out file spot!
Nick, we better get to the crime scene right away!
I'm reminded of that scene where when Marge Simpson breaks her leg and she's trying to clean the room while in her bed with the cast. What, you're coming too?
Of course I am! If I solve the crime and reveal the true killer with my super sleuthing skills, Holly might change her mind about me, you know?
You never get the message, do you, Larry?
Next stop, the mooring dock at Sprocket Park! Come on, Nick, let's go!
Do I just go straight there?
Just the deck, yeah.
You'll never lose me, Nick. Ever.
Sprocket Park. So this is Sprocket Park. But where's the reception?
Reception hall? Oh, that's... Wow, looky there!
What? What is it?
I just spotted me a cute mamacita. Don't wait up, Nick.
Hold on. Where's the reception hall?
Sorry, Nick. Man's gotta stop and smell the roses when they appear. I'm an artist, after all. Oh, miss! Yoo-hoo!
He really is just the Johnny Bravo of this fucking game, except not as charming.
Yeah.
Wow, there it is right there.
I thought he was... No, I'm wrong. He's not the Johnny Bravo. He's the Glenn Quagmire.
The flying...
Yeah, that's about right, honestly. I thought he was going to take me to the crime scene. Oh well, I'm sure he'll come slinking back when he inevitably gets rejected. I'll just take a quick look around until then. So do I look around or do I just...
Yeah, you examine them.
Check the map.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea because something's broken over there. Wow, this thing's really banged up. You looking at the sign? They say it got damaged by heavy winds yesterday. A big gust sent that bench flying into it. Well, that's what they're saying anyway. I see. The wind caused that? More like a tornado. The repair guy was saying, don't touch, it's dangerous. I see. Thanks for the heads up. Guy, looks like it was a lot of work.
Over your headphones?
Maybe?
A little bit, yeah.
Blimp. Wow, that airship is huge. Oops, didn't mean to say that out loud. Only ever seen airships like this up in the sky. I gotta say, they're mighty impressive when you can see them up close like this.
Hey, sorry about that.
I actually thought you'd be back sooner. Didn't work out, huh?
Lay off, man. I wasn't on my game today.
So now that you're done, you mind telling me where the reception hall is already?
What do you mean? It's right there in front of you.
Huh? Right in front of... Wait, what's that say? Flying Chapel? Do you mean to tell me...
Yep! Its reception was on that airship.
Whoa, a sky-high reception hall?
Yep, and that's where you'll find the crime scene. Man, not only does that airship fly through the sky, but space-time continuum too.
But the happy couple's honeymoon got left far behind when it made that time skip, huh?
Time skip, though.
Time skip.
Here, check out the airship out for yourself with this pamphlet.
Pamphlet of Flying Chapel includes a brief introduction and diagrams of its layout.
By the way, I figured you could use some backup, so I called in some help for you.
You did?
Yup, should be here any minute now.
You also know that examining.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see a lot of heart?
I don't think so.
Gavin?
That red sports car. Larry, don't tell me you called.
You know it, buddy.
I trust you've been well, right? Gavin.
No.
No.
Oh!
Hi. Surprise? Now admit it. That was a pretty good Mr. Edgeworth impression.
It was. Okay.
Maya, what are you doing here? Larry called me up. He said something about it finally being time for him to tie the old knot. But that's funny. I'm pretty sure he mentioned something about being here with his bride.
Man, you know it's such please me.
Nick, what's Larry talking about? He was dumped by his bride. Well, by his imaginary bride, anyway. Wow, poor Larry. That's a new low, even for him. But hey, imaginary girlfriends never hurt anyone, right? More power to him.
Don't encourage him.
Yeah, seriously. This is Maya Fey. She's been abroad for her training as a spirit medium. But now that her training is over, she's back home here in the States. That's right. The new and improved Maya Fey is on the scene. Spirit and girl power at the ready.
Look at you, Maya. All grown up and cute as ever. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. If I ever get married, I'd miss out on all the fun of always meeting somebody new.
I see you haven't changed a bit, Larry.
Hi, Edgeworth. Edgeworth? I figured that car belonged to you. But when did you become Maya's chauffeur?
It's nothing like that. I just happened to run into her en route and picked her up. And by run into her, I mean she jumped out in front of my car. I nearly ran her down.
Yeah, it sounds like her. This is Miles Edgelord. He's a friend of mine and the district's chief prosecutor. I heard he's been busy lately.
That's Mr. Edgelord to you.
So what brings you here? Wait, don't tell me Larry called you up too.
He did. However, I have business of my own here at the crime scene.
Business? What kind of business?
Business. Just so you know, Wright, I'm the lead prosecutor on this case.
What? You?
Yes. It appears we'll be standing on opposite ends on the battlefield this time around.
So I'll be up against Edgeworth tomorrow. But I don't get it, Edgeworth. What about this case warrants the personal attention of the district's chief prosecutor?
It's a bit complicated, to say the least.
In what way?
The groom is a member of the Sprockets, a family with immense influence. If his bride were to stand trial in court, it would sully the Sprocket name. So they tried to apply some pressure on the prosecutor's office.
Pressure to settle it amicably, right? What do you mean, settle it amicably? It means that they're trying to sweep this whole thing under the rug. Wow, Sprocket Aviation really has that much clout?
Yes, they have especially strong ties in both the political and judicial worlds. To the point where no one dares to oppose them.
Don't tell me that includes you.
Don't be ridiculous, Wright. It's quite the opposite. The prosecution's office is filled with cowards, as I've found out. Every last one of my subordinates was loath to prosecute or Sprocket.
So that's why you decided to take on the case yourself, right?
That's right. I will personally see to it that justice is served. I always prosecute to the utmost of my abilities, regardless of who I'm up against. For that is a part of my creed. Nothing and no one can sway me from that, not even the almighty sprockets.
Right.
If they think they can use their influence to bend the truth, they have another thing coming.
You know, I almost feel sorry for them. They were only trying to protect their interests. Well, all they got instead was you.
Gee, come on, man. How can you prosecute my poor sweet Ellie? What kind of heartless chick are you?
I'm simply doing my job. And I'm warning you, Wright. I won't hold back, not for you or anyone else.
Thanks for the warning, Your Righteousness. When has he ever held back, honestly? So, how's it going, Mr. Chief Prosecutor? Busy as always, I presume?
Of course. Unlike someone who has too few clients and too much time on his hands.
I guess that explains why your brow is more furrowed than the last time I saw you. Maybe you should learn to relax a little, Edgeworth.
Nice try, Wright, but as always, I have no intention of showing anyone my mercy.
Any mercy.
My mercy, any mercy, whatever. Including you.
As inflexible as ever, I see.
Besides, I think I've mellowed out a bit with age. So if anything, those furrows should have smoothed out a little as well.
Honestly, Edgeworth, are you really that blind to yourself?
Excuse me?
He's really self-conscious about those lines, isn't he? Edgeworth, about this incident.
Don't forget, Wright, I'm the prosecutor for this case. Need I remind you that I'm not in the habit of sharing information with my adversaries?
No. I guess we are adversaries for now.
And you, Larry?
Me?
I'd like you to come with me. You have a lot to answer for after that little stunt you pulled with the suspect.
But Edgy, we're both pals, aren't we?
Personal appeals won't work on me, Larry. Now come along.
What? Nick, help me out here!
You got yourself into this mess, mate. This is your own damn fault.
Hurrah! Both my voice actors are gone!
Later, loser.
I'm free!
Free. Is it just me, or is Mr. Edgeworth as relentless as ever? Yeah, I guess some things never change. So much for mellowing out. Well, Nick, we better hop to it, too. Hop to what?
Burgers!
Investigating the crime scene, of course. What else? It's been a long time since you and I teamed up like this. This is going to be fun. Fun, huh? It has been a long time since we were last together like this. All right, to the crime scene then. Yeah, and away we go.
Calling it right now, there's going to be a stepladder.
Are you sure?
It's mentioning the tower.
The tower? So that one little tower is all that's keeping the airship from being blown away? Must be sturdier than it looks. You know what it reminds me of? A single mom raising 3 kids while holding down a full-time job. Sure. That analogy ever could be
Oh, I miss her analogies.
Gee, it's almost as if she was...
You've done the sign. Apparently you...
I didn't... Okay. I can do the sign again.
Apparently. Well, now with my...
Wow, that sign got really smashed up. There were some really high winds yesterday. And they say that bench was blown right into the sign. Wow! I wish I could have seen that. If you'd been there, you would have gotten blown away by the wind too, you know. It sounds kind of fun, actually. Don't tell me you never tried to use an umbrella to fly when you were a kid. I think I'll take staying alive over fun, thank you very much. So now, the reception hall?
Airship, broken bench, sign on the right.
We already got that, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless targeting the bench
the
itself.
bench itself is something else.
Wow, really?
And the airship.
Strong wind blew this bench straight through the air, apparently. Looks like they fixed the sign, but left the bench right where it landed. I wonder why. Maybe the repair guy just hasn't gotten around to it yet? Riveting.
And in the airship.
Oh yeah, gotta look at the ship.
Yeah, now that she's here.
It's not every day you get to see an airship up close like this. So I'm pretty psyched for this. Me too. If it wasn't for the fact that it's a scene of a murder. Alright. I just forgot about that part. Oh.
I love this band. I have missed this.
Now you're done.
Now I'm done.
I
Receptional?
I missed this banter.
Yeah.
Alright.
Flying Chapel reception.
Alright, where's the stepladder?
Not here. I think it is.
Damn.
I think there is a stepladder.
There's gotta be a stepladder.
There's a stepladder conversation somewhere.
If there isn't, I'm going to be heavily disappointed.
According to the pamphlet, we're right here. Okay. Yikes, we're pretty high up. But at least we're indoors, so it doesn't seem so bad. Oh look, Nick, it's Emma. Hey Emma, over here.
Mr. Wright, Maya, does this mean you've taken the case?
Yeah, that's how things kind of turned out. So do you mind if we take a look around?
Be my guest. We've pretty much wrapped up our investigation, so go right ahead.
Now's a good chance to find out more about the case from Emma, too.
Yep, we gotta talk.
Okay, so... Peg a cow, peg a bull.
I mean, it's
yeah, makes sense.
The both
the sweetheart table.
They're Pegasus.
Love, it's always in the air on the Flying Chapel, the only wedding venue sure to make your dreams take flight. After the ceremony out in the Vista Deck, Sprocket Aviation's majestic Pegamoo mascots will light up the happy couple from both sides of the sweetheart table. When Ellen was she saw in her dazed state a shadowy figure hit right from behind. She fainted immediately afterwards and thus didn't get a good look at whoever it was. My all-important badge, proof of my profession. Okay, so let's talk. What happened? Edgeworth wouldn't tell us anything about this case, so you think you could give us the rundown?
Well, seeing as he's going to be prosecuting, I expect him to be tight-lipped about it. The incident occurred yesterday, on September 20th. It happened after the wedding reception, which lasted from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
7 p.m. to 10 p.m., huh? Got it. By the way, you didn't hear about any time traveling or anything, did you?
Time traveling? What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Forget it. It's pretty much the response I expected.
The victim's name was Dumas Gloomsbury.
Doom and Gloom? Dumas Gloomsbury?
Yeah.
He was a servant in the Sprocket family household.
Ellen was a maid for that family as well, so that means the two of them were co-workers?
Yes, they apparently knew each other. Mr. Gloomsbury was the lead servant after all. He was very serious about his work, but he was also a very closed and private man. So the other servants called him Mr. Doom and Gloom behind his back.
Ha!
Freaking didn't even hide it, okay.
If he was the lead servant, he must have been higher ranked than Ellen. What makes the police think Ellen killed this man? A guy who is essentially her boss.
We don't know the defendant's motive yet, but the circumstances surrounding the discovery of the body don't bode well for her.
And what circumstances are these exactly?
Well, some of her in-laws saw what looked like the immediate aftermath of the murder. The suspect was standing in front of the body with the murder weapon still in her hands.
But why would a bride, who was just about to start a happy new life, kill someone? Do the police have an explanation for that?
Yeah, about that. They believe the victim attacked the suspect and was killed when she got back.
But why did he attack her to begin with?
Well, a mere servant girl was going to suddenly be the wife of the future president. Mr. Gloomsbury must have been more than just a little jealous of her.
It should have been me, not her!
Calling it now, they're going to reveal later on that he actually had a thing for her, and he was trying to express that.
Maybe. That seems like it might be a case. A very obvious thing. So this Mr. Doom and Gloom attacked Ellen first? But if she was only trying to protect herself, wouldn't that count as justified self-defense on her part, Nick? It would. There's a good chance she'd be acquitted if we could prove that. But I wonder what Edgeworth will have up his sleeve to counter that claim. I have an updated autopsy report. Of course you do. But wow, a servant girl marrying the future president of such a huge company. Sounds like a modern-day fairy tale.
It does, doesn't it? Thing is, not everyone was on board with their union, apparently.
It is turning out to be like a Romeo and Juliet kind of situation, wasn't it? Oh dear. So what was the murder weapon? Huh?
This clock with a secret mechanism built into it. It was on display here in the reception hall. The suspect was holding it when the murder was discovered.
So the victim was clubbed to death with this, huh? That's funny. There's no blood on it as far as I can tell.
Maybe it was wiped off in an attempt to tamper with the evidence? But there was definitely a luminol reaction. And it matches up with the shape of the injury, so it's gotta be the murder weapon.
What a funny-looking clock. Yeah, you would know a thing about funny-looking
Yeah.
clocks, right? They call it the timekeeper.
That's Emma. They call it the timekeeper. The idea is that it's a time machine. Every time the couple sees it, it'll bring them back to the memory of their wedding day.
Time machine, huh? Come to think of it, Ellen said her pendant was a part of a time machine. It's probably one of the wheels or the gears, right? I wonder how the secret mechanism in this thing works. Of the timekeeper.
Gee, it's almost like the thinker.
Kind of like that. I mean, hey, the pendant looks like one of the gears on the side.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
The suspect never had any family or relatives to depend on, so she was working as a live-in maid for the Sprocket family to support herself.
So a maid with no family or fortune was set to marry the president's son, huh? I guess it's not surprising that ruffled a feather or two.
Yes, apparently, the groom's parents and all of his other relatives were strongly opposed. But that didn't stop the young couple from deciding to go ahead with their wedding.
Love flourishes in the face of adversity. Oh? Is that how it works? Yep. If you ever have any questions about love, just ask me. I'm a qualified expert. I spend all of my spare time in Kurine watching soap operas on TV. I'm not sure that's enough to make you a qualified anything, Maya.
Other than a romantic.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I heard the suspect faced her fair share of harassment too. And from the sound of it, it got pretty ugly for her.
So even though this incident could have a huge scandal for the company, it might be a boon for those who oppose their marriage to begin with. After all, with Ellen's arrest and everything, the marriage is most definitely off now. Alright, so now I look around. Oh no, not the Moo Moo Bowl. The Moo Moo Cow. This must be the lantern the body was found in. Ellen managed to move it quite a ways. It looks like a cow, but it's definitely badly broken. That's not a cow, Nick. That's Pegasus, the flying horse. No way, it's definitely a cow. It's got horns and everything. But look, it has wings. Cows don't have wings. So it's Pegasus, I tell you. Oh, I know. That pamphlet should tell us. Let's see. Apparently it's called a Pegamoo. I did not see that coming. Yet somehow the name really captures the essence of what this creature is, you know?
Ladders and stepladders awarded! The reference is there, but not the one we wanted.
Huh, that's strange. What is? Well, this Pegamoo is definitely a male Pegamoo, right? Yeah, I'd say so. What with the horns and all. Okay, well, that Pegamoo over there is also a Pegamoo. Take a look at the pamphlet. See? The one on the right says Pegabull, but the other one says Pega-Cow. Female Pegamoo. Right. The pamphlet goes on to say that they have Pegamoos for the happy couple. So for Ellen's ceremony, there should have been a male and female pair of Pegamoos, but there were two male ones? There were two males here. Maybe somebody made a mistake when they were setting up the room? Was I right that the guy that got killed was actually into the husband the whole time? And was trying to pull out so that he could be with the husband?
That's,
interesting.
different.
I mean, I could be wrong, but just like, it's hard to believe a fancy place like this would make that kind of blunder, though. Unless if it was intentional.
Gee, I wouldn't pick this game for doing that, though.
They've done that many times, and yes, I do get. In any case, we better check this thing out. I don't know. I'm not sure. MLM was on their mind.
Yeah, where's the tramp stamp?
Wouldn't you like to know? Did this come from the lantern? Yeah, it's covered in blood. Maybe it got on there.
Oh, that's what I'm rolling over.
The lantern was. It's my bad. Don't
We're at time, by the way.
Yeah,
We get that.
We'll finish.
Yeah, just to
Maybe it got on there when the killer was putting the body in the lantern. Can you imagine going to open a door and finding a knob covered in blood?
Fuck.
What did you do?
I didn't touch anything.
Hit back.
I'm trying to. I'm not used to.
You clicked the little advert there. Probably.
Gas bags.
That's
I
fine.
guess.
That'd be bloody awful, to
My
say the least. Ha. Oh, there's a note. Hey, what's this?
Grab Ellen.
Grab Ellen when convenient, then send her off from the Vista deck. Ooh. Ooh, let me take a look. Grab Ellen when convenient, then send her off from the Vista deck. Looks like a note outlining the murder plot. Whoever wrote it has better handwriting than me, but it looks like they wrote it in a rush. Yeah, it looks like it was smeared. Oh, wait a minute. That's the kind of smearing that someone would do when they're left-handed.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're right-handed, that wouldn't happen.
Thanks. I feel so called out.
Am I wrong?
No.
I'm a teacher. I see this all the time. Because the writing is only smudged starting from the middle of each line. That happens when a right-handed person with a slight hook writes in a hurry. Or they could be left-handed. I do it sometimes myself when I'm not paying attention to where my hand is on the page. Guess I'll take your word on that, Miss Bad Handwriting Expert. Hey, even I don't smudge my handwriting this badly. All right. Let's get back to the note. I think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're misdirecting us.
No. What they mean when they say when he says that is he wrote so fast the first line that it didn't have a chance to dry. So when he wrote the second line, his hand was smearing across the thing.
Maybe, although I'm willing.
And so did the final line because he wrote that and only got the smudge only goes halfway through that sentence.
I feel like that's a misdirection.
Yeah, but
we'll see what happens. But I feel like this is a left-handed. Like that's gonna be like
the way it's smudged, it makes sense that it's a right hand in my head.
Yeah, it's true. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
That note was apparently written by the victim.
But why would he feel the need to write instructions to himself like this? Are you sure the victim wrote it? I sometimes write a note to myself before I go shopping. Potatoes, carrots, onions, flour. Maya, are you craving curry rice or something? Whoops. So Maya. So Emma, where's this Vista deck the note mentions?
It's that heliport you see right outside the window over there.
So he planned on pushing Ellen off from there. What a monster. As though written by a right-handed person. Yeah, okay. Whatever you say.
Yeah, that is going to be.
What do you think this is, Maya?
An eye?
It looks like a flower petal to me. What an unusual shape for a flower petal. Do you suppose it's from one of the flowers here in the reception room? No, I don't see a single flower like this at any of the tables. I wonder where it came from.
It's an eye. An eye decoration. If you look at the other statue, it might have the same type.
Maybe. So this is where the body was found. And the first person to find it was Ellen.
She's holding that like a gun.
Emma, what can you tell me about the condition of the body when it was found?
Let's see. The victim was apparently hit on the back of the head. Here's a photo of the scene as we found it.
Okay, so there's 3 of them, and 2 of them must have been taken.
Why does he have blood on his palm?
Yeah, there is blood on his palm. Because that about does it for the slain turn.
Okay, it's not the eyes. So where is it from?
Victim's body was found collapsed inside one of the peggable lanterns. Scattered around his body were flower petals, and a note, and broken parts of the lantern. The petals were from flowers not found in the inside the reception. Okay. I see. This is the sweetheart table where the bride and groom sit. Where they gorge themselves on the wedding feast, you mean? I'd be too nervous to eat in front of a bunch of guests like this, though. They say that newlyweds are usually really busy during the reception. They have to greet and talk with all the guests that came to give their blessings. They don't actually get all that much time to enjoy their dinner. Aw, wouldn't be able to stand for that. I can't imagine having a huge feast right in front of me and not being able to eat it. They say brides tend to have an especially hard time because of their wedding dresses. With those tight corsets squeezing their waists, they can barely eat a bite. Really? Sounds like wedding receptions are absolute torture. I guess food still wins out over romance in Maya's book. Hey, her wedding would probably be at like a McDonald's or something.
Right, now I'm just imagining her being wedded to friggin' Scout.
So that's the Vista deck out there. I bet the view is amazing. But I guess it must also kind of freak you out, huh, Nick? Yeah, kinda. Mostly because there's no surviving a fall from way up here. This must be where the time machine was placed. Can't believe that such a beautiful memento was used for murder. It's just awful. Nick! We have to prove Ellen's innocence no matter what it takes. I agree. You can't let this go down as the saddest flying wedding reception in history. I think that about does it for this area. Thank you for telling me that we're done with an area. Flying machine. It's a hot air balloon, a symbol of humanity's ambition to take to the skies. It's kind of a romantic notion, don't you think? Yeah. I just noticed that it doesn't seem to be tied up to the ceiling all that well. I'm sure it's fine. Please don't let it fall on my head. We don't want another Mozilla situation. Model airplane, the perfect decoration for an airline company wedding. And a propeller plane like this lends the room a great old-timey feel. Ooh, I'd love to see the Steel Samurai fly a plane like this. Can you picture it? The Steel Samurai zipping through the clouds over Neo Old Tokyo? If Sprocket Aviation ever becomes a sponsor of the show, I could see it happening. Why didn't I think of that? I think I'll go suggest the idea to them later. Please at least wait until after the trial is over. Oh, he's actually encouraging her endeavors now. Is that for the bull? Yeah, it is. Wow, look at the horns of this flying bovine. He must be a bull. It seems he made it through the ceremony in one piece. By the look of those wheels, I bet he could be rolled over rather easily, too. Yeah, I bet it would be quite a hassle if you had to lift and carry him everywhere. And this is what the backside looks like. What's that at the bottom of his tail? A wheel handle? Oh, I get it. This way they can get inside and change the light bulbs. I see they left the wheel handle on the inside unpainted. Oh, so the bloody one. So the bloody one was that we saw was the inside. Because they figured nobody will see it. Makes sense to cut costs when you can. So, oh, maybe he was inside, which means he must have been holding onto the wheel at some point.
Yeah, and since it's bloody and his palm is bloody, something must have happened.
I can't say I see anything strange about this thing. Is there anything else from this thing? Doesn't look like it. It's a fog machine. I wonder if they used it during the reception. Oh! Hey, Nick, go stand over there for a second. Why? Just because. Now go! Alright. Bad feeling about this. Fogmaster 9000 on! Maya, no! Huh? Aw, nothing happened. Looks like it won't work without some dry ice. Darn it, all I wanted to do was surround you in a thick cloud of smoke. Oh, that's gonna be important later. Okay. Oh, the folding screen. I wonder what this partition is for. I imagine people like the reception staff for entertainers using. They probably wait behind it when they're on standby. I see. With a partition this size, I bet they could even fit an elephant back there. Not that anyone sane would. No. Oh, there's another one. It's a fog machine for the reception. Pretty cool, huh? Don't you dare touch it. Aw, spoil sport. That's because I know how you operate.
You've already proven you cannot be trusted already.
We can't trust your intrusive thoughts.
Oh, but that's Trucy. Uh-huh.
It looks like a business card wallet. I wonder whose it is.
Come on,
That looks awfully familiar. Yes, it does. Guess I'll bring it to him later.
Okay, good. Phoenix is a complete dumbass.
With a peculiar yet suspiciously familiar imprint in the center.
Gotta admit, it is pretty...
It is a pretty swanky little symbol.
Yeah.
We had us in the first half, not gonna lie. Oh, I see something sparkling over there that wasn't there before. Well, I guess that just about does it for the crime scene. Hey, Nick. I want to see the rest of the airship. We might as well, since we're here. True, we might even run into some of the other people involved in this case. I take it your husband.
Oh, no.
Huh? Nick, how long has that guy been standing there? I didn't even notice him until just now. Excuse me. Are you with Sprocket Aviation? Huh? Nick, he wrote something on that paper airplane. Guess we're supposed to read it then? Let's see here. Get out, intruders. Well, that was a rather cold welcome.
Mr. Wright, Maya, meet the lone son of the president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket. Or, to put it another way, the future president of Sprocket Aviation.
So, husband.
Husbando.
So he's Ellen's fiance.
He's cute.
Yeah, I do kind of dig his design. I like the suit. The suit is pretty cool.
It's kind of steampunky.
Yeah.
He's a pretty child.
Oh, there he goes.
He's kind of an eccentric. I hear he's the genius inventor behind many of Sprocket Aviation's business successes.
An inventor, huh?
Yep, he even designed this airship.
That's pretty impressive. Nick, this is no time to be standing around gawking. We have to go after him. We need to ask him some questions about Ellen. Oh, right. Looked like he was heading outside. Hold on.
Shiny.
It's not shiny anymore. Maybe that was him in the distance that we didn't realize.
Probably.
Okay.
You got
So we'll call it quits once we get to the new area. What's next?
Mooring dock.
The mooring dock. So when we settle in.
He's adorable.
There he is. Excuse me, could we talk to you? Excuse me, do you mind if I ask what you're doing?
Wait, are they...
He sure is riding up a storm.
It is possible. If an enormous change in mass could be... then theoretically, matter can retain its form even as it crosses the event horizon.
Let's just see if what he has to say about Ellen. Why do I get the feeling he's on the spectrum?
That's what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm. Definitely feels that way.
Very much
he's
so.
He's acting a lot like how Futaba did. When we first interacted with her. The only thing that we're missing with him is one-word answers to certain questions.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, that's us for tonight, folks. We'll see you guys again on Sunday for what I assume to be what's it called? Stardew Valley, because I don't know at this moment in time whether we can do Monster Hunter. We still need to sleuth that out, but yeah. In the meantime, we're doing that, and if you want to check the rest of our schedule, check the offline page. If you want to join our lovely community, please join us here on Discord. And if you want to watch us live, join us here on twitch.tv/Sharpnader.
Have a good night, folks.
See you guys next week. Just be prepared. Next week is going to be basically a double dose of Final Fantasy, since we kind of ruined his whole night.
Oh, and once that's over and this is over, we're going to be doing
Legacy of Kain remastered. Yeah. I get to go into the abyss.
Are you going into?
I'm not kidding about the ruined night thing. He's been sulking at me all night.